Hello, everybody. Let me know if you could hear me. Okay, I know you can hear me now. That's right, Clean. Nothing will ever come from nothing will ever come good of this for sure, man. We're just getting ready here. We're gonna have a chill cigar stream. I'm waiting on some people, and it's gonna be just a chill, same shit that we do usually. You know, chill, smoke cigars, talk shit, whatever conversations come up. And but just waking up. Really, it's been it was a long night last night, and but the guys got the links that are coming on, and they'll be coming on, you know, soon. And I'm gonna get changed real quick, and then get myself settled, and then we'll start some shit. So yeah, scent of the day. I know I'm muted. I've been just talking to myself now. All right, so I'll be back. What's up, Ann? How you doing? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Now I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Go. Is that your stuff right there? Huh?
Yeah. I didn't know when people were going to be hopping on.
Okay.
I just dropped the link, and but I am going to. Let me just get ready here. Let's see.
Are we live yet? Or?
Yeah, we're live now. Just a bunch of. Yeah. I've been live, just waiting for people to hop on. I sent the link out to people that want to have a cigar with us. So let me just. I'll be right back. Okay.
All right.
All right.
What's going on, guys? I'm going to cut up a cigar here. It's Arturo Fuente Don Carlos. Scent of the day, Aqua de Parma, Fico d'Amalfi. No, it looks like it must. I'm in the deep south. I just live in the middle of nowhere. Come here, boy. No, come here. Come here. I just had 3 deers run across my backyard. My dog's going crazy. Come here, boy. What's going on? What's up here? So what are you guys wearing? What's the scent of the day for you guys? Yeah, Sandy, it's hot out here. I think it's 88 degrees. It's going to reach 90. I was going to wear something else, but I wanted something light. It is burning up here. Let me read the chat here. What's up?
Hear me?
Yeah, here.
Okay, good.
What's up, Caboose? Alex Chu, Musk. Scent of the day.
Yeah, what is your scent of the day?
Equipage. Yeah, I was gonna smoke a Reaper cigar, but he has that one that looks like it's too early to smoke a really strong cigar. So I got a little bit lighter one.
Okay. Kevin's become the like the pro here with cigars, man. Like he knows a bunch of stuff about these cigars, man. So anyway,
What?
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I was saying that Kevin, he's been really diving into these cigars and like really learning about them.
Yeah, you could go down the rabbit hole with this as well.
It's pricey too, man. Especially where he's at, like it's like $25 per.
Cause they got to pay like what, 20 something tax?
Yeah,
20% tax. Damn.
Yeah, like over here, we'll get maybe the same cigar for like 40-50% less.
Wow.
So this is what I have right now, Paco Rabanne.
Is that that's not the OG, is it?
Yeah, it's the OG.
Oh man, you got old school bottle. Is that the one with the bulb on the arm?
Actually, this one he has is the sticker one. I think this one is the one that came out from like 73, 72, 73 to 83 or something. I think that's when the second formulation came out afterwards. It's a little, it's like um, so yeah.
That's my pops used to wear that back in the day, the 70s and 80s.
Yeah, so did my dad, man. My dad didn't know shit about. I mean, that I was doing all this fragrance stuff, and then and he's just like, and I'm like, which one did you used to wear? He's just like, Paco Rabanne. I'm like, oh shit. And so it was his signature scent back in the day. It's funny because I don't think I've ever talked to you on stream before, right?
I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
I think we have. No, we haven't.
I don't think so. I think somebody made a joke like, if Kevin and I had a baby, you'd be the baby.
Oh yeah, I think that was Sticks.
Was that Sticks?
Yeah, but I'm older than both of you guys. So how's that work?
Yeah, I know.
You guys are my little bros.
How old are you?
48.
48. All right. Yeah, I'm 45. So yeah, I don't know how that would work.
I got a little bro you now.
Yeah. Have you been watching the streams and stuff with Reaper and who else? There's Dan, and yesterday Clean has a stream now.
I saw that Clean's first stream. I didn't see it yesterday. I was at a birthday party yesterday, so I was gone the whole day. But yeah, the Clean stream was pretty good. Not bad for a first timer.
Mm-hmm. I was at a birthday party too yesterday.
A daytime, nighttime birthday party?
No, nighttime.
That was pretty cool. They got like a blues singer to come by, and so it was kind of live music birthday party.
What kind of music?
It was she sang blues, but she did a little bit of everything. Okay. But mostly blues. Which I like. I lived in Chicago for a while. We used to go to the blues bars like a few times a year, have some fun over there.
I love Chicago, man. I went to the I don't know if it was the first or second time I went. I went to Second City.
Oh yeah, that place is cool.
We sat right in the front, man. I when I go to comedy clubs or any kind, I like to sit like right in the front, so that they could tease me or whatever. I'm like, I don't care, fuck it, you know.
Yeah, that Second City has a lot of stars that come out of there as well.
So a lot of Saturday Night Live. A lot of Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, Saturday Night Live. Mm-hmm. And there was a girl there when I've been there a couple of times, and she does commercials now. I think it's progressive commercials. Is it Flo? Right. Is that her name? Flo? I don't know.
Oh yeah, she's pretty hot. The hot
one. I've seen her on TV.
Yeah. I don't know what she's doing now though. I haven't seen her in many commercials.
Yeah, I think they have a Second City in Toronto as well.
I am going to Toronto in November. You've been to Canada?
Long time ago. I was gonna go this year, but my kids didn't have the passport, so we had to postpone that.
That's right, you have kids.
Yeah, but I went to Toronto a long time ago.
No, okay. Did you like it?
I liked it. I was like a teenager. I remember, I think they have like a Chinatown over there, and we were walking by the Chinatown, and like they had like these windows, and they had like covers of like Asian like Playboys everywhere. I remember me looking, and my mom's like, "Turn around." That's my memory of Toronto.
Okay. Yeah, Chu. It's for a wedding. I'll be going for maybe a few days, a couple of days before the wedding, a couple of days after. You know, I'm hoping to meet, to hang with Kevin. And if I meet Anuj over there, would be great. Eugene or whoever, or maybe Chu or Svetkov, whoever. Nima. I have no idea. I don't know how far these guys are from each other. I just know we'll be there. And then, Kevin hopefully will gather the crew over there and maybe we can make a night of it.
I know Nima's pretty far. He's in the West Coast.
Okay.
But man, they have love. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. No, I was going to ask you if you're in Florida. I thought you were in Florida, no?
No, Georgia. I live like North Georgia. I'm from Florida originally. I'm from Tampa. And I've been to Miami. You know, I have family in Miami, so we used to go there a lot. But and then I left Tampa, went to Chicago, was there like for a decade, and then moved back to Florida, and then moved over here to Atlanta.
At least in Atlanta, you get all the seasons, right?
Yeah, that's what I like about it. Like Chicago was a little bit too much. Florida was pretty hot. Atlanta is hot now, but you get 4 seasons for sure, which makes it good for fragrances, right? 'Cause I can like stack my fragrances seasonally.
Yeah, I probably got rid of like maybe like 30% of my shit only because it just doesn't work well in this weather. And I remember I'd go to like California or Chicago or New York or anything, or North Carolina. I love North Carolina, and I went to Asheville, and just the fragrance just breathes better. It just develops better there. I'm like shit, but over here, the humidity just sucks out all the life of the fragrances. It really sucks sometimes. But anyway,
That's an interesting thing.
yeah. So yeah, man.
You like Asheville?
Oh, I loved it. My wife loves Asheville. She wants to go back.
I got a bad connection. Is it me or you?
Oh, I don't know. I don't hear an echo. It might be you. Is the chat here echo?
I got a bad connection. I'm not sure if it's you or me.
No, it's
somebody in the chat tell us.
No, I think it's you because I hear you and I hear you fine. But
oh, okay, yeah. Asheville's a cool town. It's a lot of good restaurants. Strange. It's a strange place. It's different.
I'll tell you why I thought there was one time where I saw like, well, there are a lot of Confederate flags there, you know, and it's like, you know, it's there's parts of Asheville that are a little eerie, you know.
Yeah.
So I understand what you're talking about. This over here.
Yeah. There's a thing, a bumper sticker they have says "Keep Asheville Weird." It's a cool town. I like.
Yeah. One place I'd like to go is like to Ireland, or to the UK. You know, I like to go to that side of the world. You know.
Mm.
Have you crossed the sea? Been over
there?
Yeah,
it's been a while though. But yeah, I've been to I've been to a lot of the European countries. I want to go next year to Italy, but there's been so many things going on with COVID and all that stuff, so everything seems to be cool now. So yeah, I'll hope. I'm not gonna wait. I want to go to Italy next year.
Yeah, I think that I remember like I saw everything that was happening with lockdowns, and it was just a little crazy. Where anything that had to do with travel, I was like, it's not a good time. So.
Yeah, even within the U.S., it was like a gamble.
Yeah, we went to DR like shortly, like around in 2021, and I remember I had to get the vaccine and everything. It was really, really strict. But the last time I went, it wasn't as strict, but it's always you just never know, right? Because you have to check with what's going on over there and see if you're able to move around the way you were before, pre-COVID.
Now, did you go to? You said you went to Extend Explorer. Was it last year, or the year before? Or?
Yeah, I went I went last year. Yeah.
Okay. Was it good? Is it worth going?
Oh yeah. I don't know. The reason why I had a good time was because I knew, you know, the people that were like the content creators that were there.
Okay.
But if I was just into fragrances, I still think it was worth it. You know, we got a lot of samples. We got discounts on fragrances, like really good discounts on big bottle fragrances. And you had the people that were like lecturing stuff about the history of the brands and everything. It was good. I think it was a little bit over $100. I think it was, and the weather was great. But like I said, like I had, you know, there was Joe Anthony was there. I think Brian, my 2 cents, was there. Joel the Nose. They were there. So I think Red Adolescence was there. I mean, so I was able to meet some people. Sam Broom. You know Sam Broom?
No, who's that?
Yeah. He's
Is he a
a
content creator?
yeah. He's a fragrance reviewer. So Chad,
Or like a guy
gentleman.
from Toronto?
Yeah. He was there, and then
Yeah,
also
I know. Yeah.
Dave Kelly. He was there. I met him for the first time, and so it was like it's like that. If you know the people that are that are doing reviews, and you kind of chit chat with them, and you see uh, it, we went to a bar. It was a lot of fun. That's what made it fun, I think. So
Okay.
I think that So I think
Yeah, because I wanted to go.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to go, not necessarily for the. I'm not. I typically don't like those, artistic niche fragrances. Some of them I like. You know what I'm saying? Like I like mainstream niche fragrances, but like some of those, just for the sake of being artistic. So it would be just more just to go over there, have an excuse to go to New York for the weekend with my wife, and sample some fragrances. If I like them, I like them. If I don't, no big deal. That was the main reason I was going, anyways.
Do you know what's great about going that time of year is that you have all the lights of Christmas? That's
oh yeah, New York's nicer than Christmas.
Yeah, so that's something that was really nice to go. Madi, my wife, her name's Madi. Madi, she just loved that. It was Christmas time, and then also the weather was great, and so it's just a great experience for the time and what you're going to be doing there. Oh, and I was there. Autumn, I also met over there. What's up, Autumn?
See ya.
But I don't think Autumn was there for the fragrances. She was just there for the people and the weather, and it's New York. It's,
yeah. That's what I was thinking of going, not necessarily for the fragrances. I mean, that's just a plus, but
yeah. But how long you been collecting and everything? How long has it been your hobby?
Like really collecting, probably about 2 years.
Okay.
Like I've had fragrances. I remember when Aqua de Jo came out, '96. I went and picked it up at. I don't know do you remember Bird Eyes in Florida?
Of course.
Were you in Florida back then?
Yeah. I've been living in Florida all my life.
Picked it up and. Okay, yeah. So, and I had like Tommy, and I've had Ducar Noir and stuff I've had like classics. And then around 2005, I just stopped wearing fragrances, and COVID hit. I lost my sense of smell, and so they told me to go get some essential oils to do aromatherapy. And I started doing aromatherapy, and I started smelling like essential, patchouli, lavender, citruses, and for some reason I'm like, I need to start getting back into colognes. And so I just went online, I typed in, where a good men's cologne. Jeremy popped up, and I tried some of his recommendations. I don't think I liked most of them, to be honest. And then I just started going like, what happened to the old school fragrances? I actually found Dan doing that, and then I just started to try different things, and yeah, here I am down the rabbit hole.
So Jeremy got you, huh?
Yeah. Actually, though, the one fragrance I didn't like when I first tried it, but I like it now. I actually bought it. Is the one Eau de Parfum. When I first smelled it, I was like, "What is this?" Right? And now I actually do like it. But other than that, I didn't like his some of these modern fragrances he was recommending. So, and I'm not a vintage guy either, but I like more like classic men's fragrance. They could be new, but not vintage. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you have
like Fougères,
right?
and stuff.
Huh? You have Aquapod. You have
Aqua what? I can't hear you.
You have Equipage, right? The one from Hermes?
No, I don't have that one. No.
Oh, which one was the one that you're wearing then? What's it called?
Oh, Agua de Parma Fico del Amalfi.
Yeah, those are good. Those are pretty natural. They're like citrus based, right? A lot of them are citrus.
Yeah. Oh, it's really good for the high heat, and it just doesn't last long. I don't know I think it's a cologne concentration. I'm not sure. It doesn't last long, but it's really refreshing. So, in fact, let me see.
That's how it is with
I can't smell that anymore.
Yeah, that's how it is with citrus fragrances. They usually don't last.
How long you been collecting? I can't hear you.
I don't know why. I keep on pressing this button. I think it's the mute button here. I just got this microphone here. You can hear me,
Oh,
right?
okay. I thought it was Michael. Yeah, I get you now. Yeah, I thought it was
Sorry,
my
man.
my stuff.
No, CK1, Polo Sport, Fahrenheit. I think even Aspen.
Oh, yeah.
Cool Water. These were all fragrances that I had when I was, maybe in my high school, like during high school. And then it was Acqua di Gio all through my 20s. And then I think in 2010, that's when I started talking. You can hear me, right? Because it says muted. Okay,
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay. And I think in 2010, that's when I was talking to a female friend of mine, girlfriend of mine, whatever. She was like, Aram, I don't smell you. I'm like, okay, it's better than saying that, hey, I smell you, then you stink. But she's like, get a good cologne, Aram. And I said, all right. And then I go, what brands, this and that. So I felt I probably went through maybe 5 or 6 colognes, and I just said, oh, I like this. It was called, it was Bulgari Aquamarine.
Okay,
and
yeah.
that was the one that got me going, and I started just wearing the shit out of that. And then I started branching out to other fragrances. And then I saw the community. It was I think it was Fragrantica had all these people that were reviewing, and this guy Eric Rico, he had a great reviews, and I just started messaging him. I go, hey man, like, what should I try? And then he just kind of told me these and that, whatever. But then he's like, Aram, why don't you try a vintage cologne? And I said, what the fuck is that, right? Like, what are you talking about? He's like, well, a lot of the restrictions that happened in 2000, the oak moss is no longer there. They've neutered all these fragrances, blah, blah, blah. He was basically giving me the whole history of fragrances. And then I saw a Balenciaga Porom, which, the duck is famous for, Rich Mitch.
Yeah.
And I agree with him. It was my gateway drug to vintage was Balenciaga Porom. And then,
when did that get discontinued? It was discontinued when you were looking for it already?
Yeah, that one got discontinued in 1990. And it's like a cinnamon patchouli based fragrance, and it's gorgeous. I loved it. And so I bought that. It was the most I've ever spent on a fragrance. It was like $120 or something at the time. I was just like, now it's going for I don't even know how much. What's up, Jonathan? And then that was my gateway drug to vintage fragrances. And then then I remember I would buy like Coros and this, and I go, oh well, maybe not right now, maybe later. And then Coros grew on me eventually, and then Paco Rabanne and all the other ones, and it felt dated when I would smell them. And then eventually I just said, fuck it, I don't care if they seem dated to me. I'm just gonna dive into it and just wear it and own it. And then now I just love them. So but I just think that right now the market is really, really over. Just the pricing is so crazy now. It wasn't like that 10 years ago that you could buy a bottle of Coros first edition for $100 and that's it. Now it's going for like $400 or $500.
Oh yeah. I yesterday I was trying a fragrance out. It's Guyane from Bulgari. It's like the Legim line. It's like a patchouli, incense, jasmine fragrance. And I saw I got pretty good reviews, and I said, "Well, let me get a sample." So I got a 2 ml decant. It's a beautiful patchouli fragrance, but it somehow smells like Blue Chanel, but like a niche version of Blue Chanel. It was a beautiful fragrance.
Right.
Sillage wasn't that good, but it did last a long time. But I would buy a bottle, but it's going like retail's $370, and I found it like for $250 on Fragrance Buy. Mm-hmm. But man, I'm not gonna pay $250 for that. It's like it's outrageous. And like I had Tom Ford. I bought Fougere Platine from Tom Ford, and I also like Fougere Dijon. I was looking at Dijon. I was like $250 for 50 mils. I was like, that's insulting.
Yeah.
I did end up getting a 5 mil of Dijon, but yeah, basic fragrance prices are just all. It's getting out of control. I saw an article, I think on CNN last year. It's not just that inflation's going up. It's actually the fragrances are going up in prices.
Yeah, maybe the actual I don't know. I would be lying if I tell you how it all is put together, but I'm sure that just inflation, just everything gets hit, right? Making
Yeah.
the ingredients, the packaging, the artwork, the marketing, everything across the line has to pay for it. So eventually, the customers have to pay for it. So
Yeah, I think just more in general, more people are getting into it. Like people, like even though the fragrance community is kind of small, it still has an impact, And it's like anything else, you're better off like if you're in sales. Everybody in sales knows you're better off keeping the same customer than trying to
yeah.
reach new ones, right? And
Hmm.
so, people who are into fragrances aren't just buying one or two fragrances. As a matter of fact, you said you got rid of some fragrances. I was looking at my collection, and I've had them for like two years now. And if I've used more than 15 mils of any one fragrance, I'd be surprised.
These bottles are gonna outlive us, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
I want.
it's sorry. Go ahead.
I want to get rid. I want to get rid of them, but I don't know which one to get rid of. I kind of like them all.
Yeah, man. I think it has. I think, and I don't know the science to it, or even how to practice it. Of like, put into practice of like, these are the 20 that I always wear. Unless you keep keep track. Hey, listen, this is what I wear. This time it was great because this and that, whatever. But some I forgot I even had. They were like they were in a shelf behind this other thing. I'm like, oh shit, I forgot I had this. So
Have you ever
that's why.
like?
Hey, what's up, Jonathan? Jonathan has a great he has like a shrine almost. He has a wall full of fragrances, but he could see what he has all at once, all the time. So it's like it's always visible for what he can grab. And if you have the space, for sure, like you could do that. But yeah, I think honestly, 10 to 20 fragrances, I think that's good. I don't think any.
Yeah, that's more than enough. But actually, I sampled some Santos. I think it's concentrate because Jonathan had it. I saw his reviews, and man, I love it. But it smells dated, so I don't know. Like I love it, but I'm kind of embarrassed to wear it.
You know what? If you like it, that's all that matters. I'll even go as far as even if your wife doesn't like it, buy that shit.
She didn't like it. Actually, my wife doesn't like most of the stuff I buy, anyways.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like my wife doesn't like. Even Paco, she doesn't really like. Coro, she likes it when it's almost done.
At the end, the dry down.
At the very dry down, like almost. She calls it like the dying note, like it's almost gone. That's when she starts to appreciate it. But it's but for the most part, yeah, she doesn't like them too much.
I think my wife only likes two fragrances that I have.
Which one? Which ones?
Aqua de Jo Profundo, the blue one, and Masculine Pluriel, which just got discontinued. And I sent Reaper a sample of it, and he's trying to buy mine. But other than that, like I don't think she's ever like said, "Oh, you smell really good." Oh no, sorry. She does like this is a cheapie too. It's $30. Hugo Boss Boss Bottle Unlimited. She likes that one.
Don't you hate it when the cheapies get loved and then the ones you spend a fortune on gets shit on?
Yeah, I think I got that one for $29. She loved it, but
Muse, I don't remember the last time that I blind bought anything. And the thing is that it's hard with vintage because very little you can get samples for. You might get lucky with like a $5 millimeter splash, but you're paying top dollar for that shit, right? Paying $20 for a sample so that maybe you pay an extra $100 something for the whole bottle, and then plus shipping, blah blah blah. But I know Jonathan, he's a savage. He's gonna blind buy a lot of shit. But you know what? Jonathan has connections to a lot of people in the community that he gets samples from a lot of people that have vintage stuff. So.
Yeah, I kind of know what I like, and if it's if it's like under $50 or $40, I'll blind buy it. Like I blind bought Lalique, Pour Homme, the one with the horse. You know that one?
Yeah.
It was like 20 something bucks. I go, I'm not gonna test it. And I loved it. But yeah, if it's anything relatively expensive, I always sample first.
It doesn't have the lion.
You've seen that video on the jerks. Sample first.
Does it have the lion in the front? Is it that one? The Lalique?
Yeah, the lion too. I have both of those.
Okay, yeah. I think I tried the lion one.
I lost it.
but you said
I have
that
a lion and I have a horse. I have both.
oh, yeah, both of them. Okay, I think the lion is the
Yeah.
one that I tried. But Lalique, I like. What is it Encore Noir? I love that fragrance. Um,
Yeah.
But yeah. What's your favorite house, man?
Yeah, I've not tried that one. I have the Encore Noir Sport. I have that one, but I have not tried it. Which one do you like better, Encore Noir or the?
I like the OG, man. I like the original. The extreme is a little bit.
My
It's a little
favorite
bit too much.
house.
Oh, yeah, favorite house. I think we have a delay.
I like.
So
I like Creed. I have 5 Creed fragrances. That's like probably the most. No, Bulgari. Bulgari is the one I have the most of. I like Bulgari actually.
okay.
Man, you're frozen or I'm frozen.
No, I think you might be. I think there's a delay.
Is it you or me?
Yeah, you're frozen. just come back. All right, Am's gonna come back. Let me see. All right, I can hear the music. So that's the best way, trading decants with people. Yeah, man. Yeah, once you can get like a handful of a network, those Facebook pages are good to trade and stuff, saves you a lot of money, a lot of headache, But Jonathan, I'm still trying the you gave me a shit ton of samples, man, and I've been trying them still.
Is this thing on?
Yeah. You're back.
Yeah, I like Bulgarian Creed. Those are my 2 favorite houses.
Creed, yeah. Shit, I remember my first bought, like when I got Aventus, and I wish I would have kept it because it was like, got it like in 2011 or 12, and
good batch.
yeah, it was like a smoky pineapple, and but goddamn, everybody complimented me every single time I went out. Like it didn't
really?
matter. Yeah, but it was before like the big craze, right? It was before it, and I remember I was looking into By Killian's, which is also crazy overpriced. But honestly, I stick to designer now, man. I think a lot of the niche stuff that out there is not. I don't know. I think it's trash.
Yeah,
overhyped.
I'm like 60 designer, 40% niche on my side. What's your favorite house?
My favorite vintage house, it would probably be YSL.
YSL, okay, that's a good one, yeah.
Yeah, because I think about obviously Koros, the original Porum, Jazz. I think about M7, Reeve Gosh. I know I'm missing a few. I think maybe Jonathan could help me out. But anything pre-2003 of YSL, I love. The new stuff I don't like too much. The new stuff, I think Hermes and Chanel are probably my favorite houses right now. Modern, the vintage is YSL vintage. I think is my favorite. But what's up, Anuj?
Yeah,
hey, Anuj, you got a cigar, Anuj? See if he wants to hop on. If you got a cigar,
you have you still have a Reeve Gauche?
Yeah, Reeve Gauche. Am I saying it right? Reeve Gauche.
I don't know.
Gauche.
I have. I'll talk to you after. I have Jack Cavalier who made Reeve Gauche. He made another one from Bulgari. It's a fresher version. I have like a huge bottle. I'll send you a sample. We can talk later.
Okay.
See if you like it. Who the heck is this?
It's the artist formerly known as Sentasalt.
Sentasalt. Who's Sentasalt?
You know? Oh, you don't know him? Okay. Hold on. Let's see if I could.
I think he's muted.
I can't unmute him. Anyway, he's got a cigar. His name, there he is. That's Patrick.
I know
Patrick
who he is.
AM.
What's up, Patrick?
He's the one that's always trolling, thinks he's funny, goes in the chat, talks a bunch of shit.
What's going on?
How you doing, bro?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Testes.
What's
All
up,
right.
Pat?
What's up, AM? How's it doing, man?
Good. Are you in North Carolina?
How's my microphone quality? Let me know what's going on.
We hear you clear.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't want to look all amateurish because Aaron. That's the first thing that Aaron will do. He'll boot me if I have any amateur production going on.
Yeah, I'm giving AM like a rookie's first time forgiveness.
Yeah, he's right. He's got really high standards. He's
Look at these high. My mic's on point.
I'm not Cuddles, all right. Cuddles is like he'll be like, if you don't have a good microphone, if you don't have a good camera, whatever, get out of here.
That's right, Chief. What are you smoking, Patrick?
I don't know. Kevin told me to buy this. It's a brick house. Oh shit! Am I using the wrong camera?
Yeah, I think you're using the wrong camera.
I'm leaving, man. This is all amateur. This is the amateur hour. I'll be back.
No. Switch your camera. You could switch your camera from there, I think.
No, I can't.
Okay. Then leave and come back.
I'll try, and if it doesn't work, I'll just see you guys later.
No, come back. So yeah. Patrick went to get some cigars yesterday, and Kevin's just like yelling at him. Not that one. That's one. That one.
All right, see you now.
You there? You could hear me, right? I think there might be a delay with us. I think. What happened to Patrick?
Can you hear me? I think I'm having a bad connection.
Yeah, I think there might be a little delay. You're a little choppy. Yeah, I'm by myself again. What happened to Patrick? I don't know. That's a great question. When he gets back here, we should ask him, what the fuck? He had great videos, and I think he's a very talented, interesting man. And we should ask him, what the fuck? You know? Is the OG, the GOAT, the chosen one. Patrick's metachlorine count is off the charts. That's what I hear. Those are the rumors. Wow, look at that. How
Where'd
pretty.
he go?
Man.
I'm full screening you.
All right, cool. No, don't full screen me.
This feels like a DDLD stream with all the technical problems I'm having.
I know.
That's it.
All you need to do is, in order for this to be a full DDLD stream, you have to be really ancient, and you have to wear some stupid hat, maybe like a train conductor hat or a hat with a bunny on it, because that's what he likes. I don't know. He's just wears stupid hats all the time, you know.
I see you, Allie. Is she on there?
Yeah, she's there. He was wearing.
Oh, Allie.
He didn't wear any sunglasses yesterday when he came on Clean's channel.
So you're behind that burner.
Oh, I didn't do that on purpose.
I like that, Mr. Cream.
On Clean's channel, he was not wearing sunglasses and he was wearing all gray, and we know that that's not right. And so it was really weird. I didn't recognize Dry Down yesterday. So
you've met him in person, huh?
Yeah, dude. He's overrated. Like everybody likes him on stream and shit. Like he's got the great voice here. All he has is a good microphone. It's like, dude, you're not talented. You're not smart. The quality it's all show. It's all smoke and mirrors, bro. If you guys meet Dry Down, he's totally overrated. Anyway,
how about News? Is he overrated? I know you met him as well.
Same shit with the News, man. I'm telling you, man. All these guys that you meet, they're just I'm just kidding. They're both great. Anuj, I was with him for like about an hour and a half or 2 hours. It was right before he had to leave, and it felt like 5 minutes because him and I were just talking fast, just like downing this fucking huge ass tequila that they brought us. We met up in Fort Lauderdale, and it flew by, and I can't wait to see him again too. I think I'll see him in Philadelphia in October, and then maybe when we go to Canada.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah. But when Patrick gets back, I'm going to ask him what happened to his channel and what's going on with him. we'll interrogate him a bit. You know,
What's his channel's name? Is it Scent Assault?
I don't know. It went from Scent Assault to Salty Sands. There we go.
I remember Salty Sands. Yeah.
And then the artist formerly known as Scent Assault, he went through that phase.
Don't listen to Aram because he's got the Mandela effect going on, and he's remembering shit that never actually happened. So everybody, for some reason, thinks that I had a channel, but I never did because if you go onto the internet, you're not going to find any evidence of anything because it's the Mandela effect.
I'll say, Patrick, your trolling game has been on point the past couple of days. I've seen you.
I'm not trolling. I am.
That's really
like, how am I trolling? I'm just every time I say something, I tell the truth. It's my truth.
Oh damn.
I'm serious. Like, okay, so tell me, how am I? What's your guys' definition of trolling? Okay, serious discussion. What's your guys' definition of trolling?
Every single comment that Reaper makes, that's a troll. You know, everything he says. You know,
Actually,
can you give me an example of a Reaper troll? Reaper trolling that you're like, yeah, man, this fucker.
I got one. He was pretty funny the other day. Like, you know,
He's always funny, man.
Fernando doesn't like him, so Fernando goes at him really hard, and he was just going at him, and Reaper wasn't responding. And then Reaper finally said, "Hey, if you get a blue background, you can play Where's Soto instead of like Where's Waldo." Has a stripe. Yeah, where's? It's like, you look like Where's Waldo, but in blue. I was like, oh damn.
So yesterday I was I hopped on for a little bit on Mr. Clean's stream, and he wrote something like, Aram has his eyes on the road and is driving in fourth gear. Listen, I don't know why. I just thought that was hilarious, but he says some really stupid funny shit sometimes, man. Like he
could be hilarious in the comment section. He's pretty funny.
You know who's good in the chat also is Boz. Like Boz, you know, when he does his videos, it's kind of like, you know, it's a little slow when he talks or whatever. You know, it's like but in the chat he's really fast.
No, Boz is good. Period.
Yeah, I love him.
I mean, I guess I don't.
What happened? Did you stop? Oh, you're muted.
That was on purpose to see if you guys are really looking out for me, if you guys are really my bros or not. Because if you weren't, if you were assholes, you would just let me go on and just pretend to laugh at what I say. See, that's trolling.
Oh, okay.
That's true trolling. You know.
Oh,
I was just giving you guys a live example of this shit right now. So.
One of my favorite trolls was when Rudy was not able to hear Reaper at all, like for real, and then he's there talking, and then Rudy just keeps on interrupting since he can't hear Reaper. But
I remember
Kevin,
that,
yeah. But Kevin and Cuddles could, and then they started like also not hearing, you know, Reaper the whole time. That was when I died in that.
That was hilarious. And the funny thing about that was Cuddles. He was like he fell off one point, and he agreed with what Reaper said, but then he was like, "Well, I can't hear you, but you know, I agree."
yeah, I can't hear you. I know, man.
Yeah, Kevin was there too, right? Pretending he couldn't hear. That was when Rudy was in Miami. I remember.
Yes, he was in Miami. He fell in love with Miami. I think he wants to move down here. You know.
I think he does too. I mean, I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why either.
I mean, everybody wants to move out of Miami. Rudy wants to move into Miami.
Well, what month did he visit though?
It was for work.
Yeah, but it was in the summer, I imagine. So Miami's hot in the summer.
I think it was.
It really was?
I think so.
Okay.
I gotta ask him. Let me see. I think it was in the summer. But hold on, I'll be right back, guys.
What are you puffing on?
Tito Fuente, Don Carlos.
Okay. I've never had that. I mean, you know what, Kevin Kevin is the one that pays attention to brands of cigars and stuff like that. And I'm an idiot because I'll buy a cigar and I'm like, oh, I really like this. I need to remember it. So I'll tear off the label and I'll keep it. But then I'll throw it away and then I'll remember, like, oh man, I really like that cigar. I wish I was smart and had remembered to keep the label. So I can never find what I like again.
Yeah, cigars are. I mean, they're worse than fragrances because they truly are batch. So like, you could have one cigar, let's say this cigar I'm having right now, and I could have it like 2 years from now. It's a different crop, and it not the same. But I have family connections to the Fuente family, so I usually smoke those.
So how would you? I mean, in that, what kind of Tito Fuente are you smoking right now? Is it because I know there's like Connecticut's, Robustos, the darkers, lighters, and stuff like that.
Yeah, this is a Presidente, and it's like mild to moderate body strength. It's not super heavy. I usually save like the stronger stuff like after dinner or at nighttime.
Okay.
I think they use Connecticut shade wrappers though, and then they're from Dominican, so the fillers are from the Dominican Republic.
How many cigars do you smoke in a week? Let's say.
Oh, I don't smoke. I used to smoke a lot, and like around 2016, I would say that I smoke maybe the most 8 to 12 cigars a year. Now I don't have a strict rule. Just whenever. But yeah, I don't smoke weekly, hardly. Or I can go like 6 months without smoking, and then smoke like 2 cigars for the next 3 days, 4 or 5 days in a row, smoke a cigar. So it's not a schedule. It's just whatever happens.
So you consider yourself like a social smoker, like a social drinker or something like that?
Yeah. But I've been doing this like for now 20, 25 years now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Hello. Okay. Now I remember AM that you said that you smoke like one a month, which is good.
Yeah, but it's not
Fine.
like I said, it's not a schedule. Like I can go 6 months without smoking and smoke 6 cigars 6 weeks in a row. It just depends.
Okay, let me ask sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna move to the shade real quick. Give me a second.
Okay, Patrick. People are asking about your channel. What's going on with that?
Nobody's asking about my channel. You just stop making shit up.
I can go back and people were asking about it.
I already addressed that, man. I already addressed the Mandela effect. We moved on.
Well,
we moved on to more interesting subject matter. What color underwear are you wearing today?
navy blue.
Me too.
Yeah?
That's such a coincidence.
Hey, man.
Man, you and me, we're like brothers.
Mm-hmm.
We just became best friends.
Why'd you put Tap out there, man? Are you fucking...
I didn't do that.
I know who's doing that, probably. Probably Larry back there.
I didn't put that there.
Oh, Larry.
Yo,
Larry and Caleb are doing their own thing. They're doing a movie podcast thing. I'm excited about that.
Are they really? What channel? What's their channel called? We need to drop the link.
I'm thinking that you remember Woody Allen's Deconstructing Harry?
Yeah.
This one I think is going to be called Deconstructing Larry.
See, both of those guys are such movie snobs. It's ridiculous. Look at this guy.
You would think. What's up, Rudy? We don't hear you. He's getting
Rudick John, we can't hear you. Anyway, yeah, those guys. Everybody in the chat right now, the biggest movie snobs I've ever met in my life are Larry and Caleb, otherwise known as Caboose Juice and Larry.
Lazarus,
yeah. They watch like the most obscure movies that Like in order to watch them, you have to have the internet link to go purchase the actual film stock. What do they call them? 45s, 30, whatever the film reels are.
Yeah.
And then you have to have like the old school projectors from the 70s, and that's how they watch their films. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, Larry has a very particular taste in movies. His movies usually are like two people walking and talking about nothing. And then, but Calum, he has a much more wider taste in movies, though. What's up,
All right,
man?
now I can hear you.
Yeah, we hear you.
Hear you now.
What's up, AM? And fuck you, Patrick.
Fuck you too, man.
And,
Thank you.
Rudy, when were you here in Miami? Was it during the summer last year?
No, that was in November.
Shit, November.
When I was there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
What's the temperature in November?
It was hot. I mean, it was really hot. Still, like,
Yeah.
and it was like really humid. Like, it's hot. It was as hot as it's like it is now in New York. So,
Are you still thinking of moving down to Miami?
I mean, I wouldn't be against it. The annoying thing is like all the parking and stuff like that, and like traffic there is like horrible there as well. And I don't know, it feels like the population just keeps growing in New York to the point that like it's just really annoying.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I have a lot of relatives who they're migrating away from like New York and San Francisco and going down south to like Texas and Florida. Yeah, man.
It's like it's nonstop. Like I don't know. The older I get, the more I want to get away from people. But then you get away, and then like there's nothing to do.
Well, AM was in Tampa. He lived there, and you could tell the difference between. AM, have you been to Miami before?
Yeah, I've been to Miami a lot.
Yeah. So like the pacing in Tampa is so different from Miami. You know, like a much slower pace. You know, and I think that's what it is. It's like you really have to like make sure you're slowing down, because I lived in West Palm Beach, and the pacing also, there's nothing like Miami, man. Miami is just fast, and it's getting more and more claustrophobic because there's a lot of people moving down here. So yeah,
I mean, it's not even necessarily the speed of people move. Like I don't have an issue with that, you know, coming from where I am, but it's just to travel 2 miles, it takes you 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's annoying.
yeah, that's how it is here. Yeah,
there's a lot of road rage in Miami, imagine, huh?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and then
Crazy.
like the parking situation in Miami is different, right? So it's like there isn't like huge parking lots where you just pull in, you park, and you go do your shopping. It's literally like you have to go to a garage, you have to pay, then you have to walk to go to pay for the like. I don't know. It's just nothing is 1, 2, 3.
So it's like New York.
You know, but New York is like there's room. Well, I'm in Long Island, so it's different, right? I can't really compare the two, but it's still easier to park than it is in Miami. I don't know.
Which
just
area in
annoying.
New
You know what's
York would
annoying?
you say
You're
is
parked-
about as congested?
Yeah. And I'm
You
gonna.
know what's annoying when you're trying to park somewhere?
I have something to drop off, and then I'm gonna go and buy a cigar at the.
You're gonna go to that
store that I
cigar.
go to.
You're gonna go to that cigar lounge and chill there for a bit, like you did last time.
No, I'm not gonna go to the lounge. The lounge is like 15 minutes away. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna go to the store. I'm gonna pick out a cigar. I'll show you inside.
All right.
And then there's like a park right there. I'll probably just walk over and smoke it.
Yeah,
All right.
Rudy's always got something to drop off, man.
Look at
Yeah,
the
that's
cigar.
right. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Rudy the jeweler.
Hold
This
on.
is look at the shape of the
I
cigar.
hear
Isn't it weird? Like a bulb.
Yeah.
That's at Tito Fuente.
Yeah, that's another one. I just lit up another small one. Have you guys ever gone to park and you're like in a hurry? You park and then you gotta do that QR code and you gotta upload your
Yeah.
credit card. Isn't that freaking annoying?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
every city has a different app that they use
App that you
utilizing
have
the
to
QR
download.
code.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't have to worry about that here because I don't go anywhere that requires a QR code. So I just stay in the cut.
Look at all that green back there, man. It's beautiful. Shit. I would love North Carolina to live there. At least stay there for maybe a couple months out of the year. That'll be amazing for me, I think. I love.
Yeah, man. I'd
You
like
love
to
them.
do like what Kevin was talking about before. I'd like to buy a handful of acres and just build a shack out there or something, and have
Live off the
cows
land.
and
Live off the land.
yeah, have cows and chickens and shoot deer and people. That's the way to live.
Are you close to Asheville?
No, I'm in Fayetteville, North Carolina, which is about an hour and a half south of Raleigh.
Mm.
It's almost like in the middle of North Carolina. This place sucks.
Yeah, I know where it's at.
Hey, but it was better than Arkansas, right? That's where you were before?
I was in Kansas.
In Kansas? It's better than Kansas, though, right?
Nah, man. Kansas was really peaceful. It was really boring, but it's really peaceful, and the cost of living was amazing, man. You could just it was really cheap out there, and it wasn't crowded at all. Even though Wichita, Kansas is considered the biggest city in Kansas, but it was really nice living there. It's no traffic. It's crazy, man. It's nice. It's boring though, So if that's the kind of life that you're trying to live, is you like to have some sort of nightlife, you'd like to go out and do something on the weekends, then yeah, it's not going to be for you. It's boring. Out there, guys like to drive big trucks and hang out and shoot things and that kind of stuff.
That's what it is about, like, Miami. It's like, what I love about it is that there's always something to do. What I hate about it is that there's always something to do. So there's always somebody out. It's always a mission, to go from one place to the other, like Rudy was saying,
Yeah, man, I think it's just a matter of the grass is always greener on the other side. So you have this vision that you want to move out to somewhere in North Carolina and have the woods and everything. But then there's going to be a lot of nights where you and Marty are going to be like, man, we're bored as hell. What is there to do out here? And you're not gonna be able to take pictures of all the bougie clubs that you guys go to,
Yeah,
Sorry.
I think. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I saw Marcus in the chat. I got excited. Pushed the wrong button.
Oh shit! Hold on, we got Kevin in the house. All right, give me 1 second. Be right back.
All right. Oh, what's up, little bro?
Yo, what's up, man?
Yo, what you say, B? What the fuck do you guys say in Canada?
What are you saying?
Yeah, what are you saying? The hell does that even mean?
What's up?
What do you got, money?
This is the Canadian anti-advertisement sticker. But if
Oliver.
the sticker should be, yeah, it's there. Oh, that's a nice sticker. Look at
That's a nice cigar, yeah.
that. This cost me $28,
Oof.
but it would be like $9 in the States.
Is it cheaper to buy them in the States and then ship them over, or they still tax you that way?
Well, it's if you don't pay the taxes, you run the risk every time, right? Like customs finding it, so it's way cheaper. But like when I go next time I go to the States, I'm gonna buy like 200 cigars.
Damn.
So how did you gain such an extensive knowledge of cigars in such a short amount of time?
I don't know much at all, but I started watching like cigar channels, and there isn't that much to know really to get the basics down. I mean, the main thing is like Robusto, Torpedo, Presidente. These are all sizes, right? These are all the sizes of the cigar. And then Maduro, Habano, Connecticut. These are all the shades, I guess, of the cigar and like the darkness of it. But really, there's like Maduro, and then there's like the Connecticut ones, from what I understand. There's like really two major ones that people talk about the most. I'm probably talking out of my ass right now.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know Robusto was a size. I thought it was just like the flavor, like I thought it was like a dark type of cigar.
Robusto's the size.
I think like in coffee, Robusto is the flavor. Oh, Fernando, ¿qué pasa?
How important is size to you guys?
Well, it actually is important because the really big ones, I don't enjoy them that much. I think this is the ring gauge I like 5. I like this size.
That's a good one, yeah.
Any bigger than this, I'm not really into it.
Is that Reaper size or no?
No. These look like 6.5.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, you guys don't like them too big, right?
They get clean. And big guy drinking out of a tiny.
At least I didn't do my pinky. Hey, Reaper's compensating for something with those big cigars. Let me tell you.
Hey, Soto's a big fan of Reaper. That's what I hear.
I heard that too. I think they're gonna start a channel together.
The Soto and Reaper channel. That'd be good. I'd watch that.
You know, like Fernando and Reaper, or Reaper and Fernando. The Reaper and Fernando happy hour.
One thing I learned is that you should rotate the cigar as you're smoking it to prevent like canoeing it. So don't just smoke it like with the one side up. Like turn it as you're smoking it, like throughout the life of the cigar.
Give me a second.
See, I don't like doing that though, man. I like putting a chomp in my cigar, and that's where my teeth mark is, so I feel comfortable putting it in the same spot every time I put the cigar in my mouth.
Oh, you're like Aram. You like to slobber all over this thing.
Oh, hell yeah.
Every time Aram takes a picture of the cigar he's smoking, there's like a kilogram of spit.
Yup.
Oh,
Make it wet. Make it wet.
is that the Brick House Double Connecticut I told you to buy?
Yeah, man.
Bro, how smooth is that cigar?
It's nice. It's nice. I'm not as discerning as you guys, though. So, you know, I smoke a cigar and it's like, oh, I like this.
Okay,
or I don't like it.
But when you smoke it, the way to taste it, there's 2 ways. One is by going like this. You'll really taste it if you do that. And then retrohale it. Like you were a smoker, you know how to do it. But don't take the entire amount of smoke out of your nose. You'll just burn your sinus like that. Just the last 5-10% of the smoke. So like you take some. Just that last little bit. I'll do it again.
Fuck no. I can't do that. I can't inhale a cigar at all. Otherwise I'll fucking die. That's why I had to turn my camera off just now, because I was talking and smoking at the same time, and I inhaled some of it, and it fuck no. I can't do it. I mean, yeah, I used to smoke a lot. And there was a point in time in my life where I was like I was inhaling Black and Milds like nothing. I was smoking a Black and Mild as quick as I smoke a cigarette, but I can't do like a real cigar. I can't inhale it at all.
Don't just the last 5% of smoke, breathe it out of your nose. Like let most of it out of your mouth, and then the last little touch of it out of your nose. Like maybe not even smoke, maybe smoke doesn't even come out of your nose. Just a bit, you just want the air. Then you'll taste it.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So that when you exhale it from your nose just a little bit, it adds to the flavor, because you know tasting is a large part of smelling is tasting at the same time.
Yeah. You can sit here. You won't be on the camera.
Now, Money.
Yo.
I saw you got pretty good knowledge. You know about this?
Oh.
And you were talking about the rose cut. Now the people don't know about the rose cut.
Yeah, the Colibri V cutter. That one's what, $60? That's a good cutter. I want to buy one.
I don't know. Yeah, it's a guy I bought a while ago, but yeah, people just slice it down the middle. You can do the rose cut. It's really nice. And then
All that I have it also here. Like what which is it? This is the same one, right?
Yeah. You've done it.
you got V cut. You got V cut, Aaron V.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the V cut the best.
That's your guys' preferred is the V cut.
Yeah, but on some of them you can't use the V cut if they're like the torpedo, if they're shaped like a triangle.
Yeah. So what makes the V cut better than the other ones? You know,
More surface area.
Yeah, it's just personal preference too.
All right. So Clean's saying you could retro exhale without sucking it into your lungs. Maybe Clean wants to come in and smoke a cigar with us. How about that?
I'd like to see him demo that because I don't understand. I can't imagine him. I can't picture it in my head what he's talking about.
Yeah, I do. I keep it in my nose and my mouth and taste it.
Put your tongue, stick it to the roof of your mouth, and just breathe out of your
Yeah, don't take it down your lungs though. And hey, Money, I saw you the other day as well. You're supposed to mine's already lit, but you're supposed to kind of light it first and then suck it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's that called? Toasting it, right?
Yeah. You can burn. If you do it like this, you can burn your eyebrows off too.
I always toast the cigar. I always toast it. Actually, Rudy taught me about that. Now, before I was into cigars, he was showing how he liked the cigar. He was teaching people on his own on a stream. I think it was my stream or something.
Yeah, I love toasting it first, or actually, you know what I saw everybody doing was, you know, they'll cut it and then they'll inhale it before they light it just to get some of the flavor of the cigar. So I try to do that. So to taste to see what it tastes like before you actually start burning it, and then I toast it, and then I just try to blow the end like, you know, like that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You just blow it to try to even it out, I guess, before you actually start inhaling and lighting at the same time.
So Manny J is asking, what do you think of the punch? So I've been learning about cigars for a month now, and a straight cut is always the most reliable cut. But if you are familiar with a certain cigar, like these Casa Torrente cigars, they have a really breezy draw. So when you breathe through them, when you inhale them, it's like almost no resistance, and that's not enjoyable. You want some resistance. So for cigars like that, a punch would be good because there's less surface area, more friction, right? More resistance. So you got to know when to use the punch. Usually bigger ring gauges, you want to use a punch.
See, when I first started smoking cigars, I liked the punch better because it was a tighter draw, kind of like a cigarette, you know, and it was hotter. It created a hotter draw, so it reminded me more of a cigarette. I didn't like the airy feeling of it, so. But now I hardly ever do the punch anymore because I lost my punch, and it's just easier to use the guillotine.
Yeah, the cigar smoking, man. You know what? When the first 4 or 5 ones I smoked with my girl here, I was getting stressed out because I was paying attention so much to how to smoke it. You can't smoke it too fast. You can't smoke it too slow. You got to light it a certain way. What you use to light it affects the flavor. And I was just getting frustrated. But I'm glad I paid some attention to the ritual of it, because these nuances, they make a difference, right? It's just like fragrance, right? Two guys smell Sauvage, Aqua di Gio, and Bleu de Chanel, and they're like, oh yeah, perfume or cologne, smells good. But if you want to enjoy the hobby and really get into it, there are, there's differences between the parfum, the EVP, the EPP, or the cologne concentration. So same thing with cigars. The way you cut it, the way you light it, the way you ash it, even the way you hold it. There's some discussion of how to hold it, where it's from, Nicaraguan, Dominican, Mexican, American, Cuban. It's a cool hobby. It's a cool hobby. That's what it is. And
yeah, I really enjoy it. I mean, just I used to just smoke socially, but now I do enjoy just hanging out by myself and and taking the time to smoke a cigar, because that's a big part of it, right? You really need to take your time to appreciate smoking a cigar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. We can't rush it.
No.
You should devote at least like half an hour to 45 minutes just to enjoy.
I've never smoked a cigar in less than 45 minutes. But one regular size one like this, no way. Less than 45, it's not going to happen.
And the nice thing about cigars,
My bad.
it gets you
Kevin is here.
the nicotine stimulates your brain. And so you heard people talk about back room cigar filled rooms, and they do negotiations and stuff. That's because the nicotine actually stimulates the brain, helps you think better. That's why money makes more sense when he's smoking a cigar than when he's driving.
That's right. That's right. When I'm driving, it's a bunch of horse shit.
Rudy,
Well, I mean,
what's up, man?
It's the nicotine in general, though. I don't think it's necessarily the cigars.
Yeah, nicotine's actually good for the brain.
You know
It's
what's
just everything-
ridiculous? You see this property here?
Yes.
Those
$3 million.
two brand new builds, right? This house, there was one house there, little small house, and
$3
the county wouldn't allow them to build two properties on there, and my friend ended up selling it to someone for the low, and whoever bought it ended up getting the county to approve those two lots, and each of those sold for $1 million.
Hey, Rudy, you bought it. That's your mother-in-law's suite. That's your spare
Yeah, I
house.
wish. I wish
in
I was.
In Toronto, there's a big business here where you buy 50-foot lots and you get a permit from the city to sever it down the middle. So you can build two semi-detached houses, 25-foot houses.
That's the key.
That's the key. But the key is to just get the permit. So one thing you can do is you can buy the house with 90-day or 120-day terms. If it's not a very rushed sell, you can say, listen, I'll give you your offering price, but I need 120 days to close. So you just put a deposit of 5% or whatever, and then you go in and you submit to the city your request for severance permits, because it takes about 2 months to get that, 3 months to get that. Now that's key, because that costs $10,000, and then you pay another architect $4,000 or $6,000 to make you drawings. Okay, so you're about $16,000 in, plus your, let's say, $50,000 deposit, because most houses are at least $1 million. You take that package and make sure you get the right to assign, the right of assignment. So really quickly, you want to get 120-day terms, the right of assignment, and you want to buy that house on a street that already has houses that have been severed. You want to get the city permits and the drawings. The trick is now, like I said, go on a street that already has had this done, because then they have to. By law, they have to approve you. If somebody's on the street, they can't discriminate. They have to approve you, and then get the architectural drawings for two semi-detached near houses, right? And how do you save money? You find the architect who did the drawing for the last house that you see on that street, and you pay them. They'll give you a replica. You take that package, you mark it up $150,000, you sell that to a builder. And the builder knows what you're doing, and he appreciates you, because he doesn't have 3 months and the time to go and get the permit and all that stuff. When he buys it, he's on the clock, right? He's paying a mortgage, so he just wants to buy, build, sell. So if you can have that package ready for him, like, yo, I have the drawings for you, I have the permit ready for you, you just buy it from me, day one, break ground, you can make money just like that. And your investment is what? 15, 16,000, because you get your deposit back.
Yeah, well, you're just running the some people just do the whole thing.
Well, if you do the whole thing, you got to have at least to build a house costs at least $300,000-$400,000. So you got to have that. Plus, you got to get a
And there was one teardown. One of them was a teardown, but the other, but the property here, this used to be an old town back in the day. It basically used to be a small house with a farm property, a large piece of land. And back in like maybe like 20 years ago, a lot of these houses they wouldn't let you do it. But now as time goes by, they're just like, all right, screw it. We'll give you the permit, we'll take the money, and you can build on it. So a lot of these older houses that look like little farmhouses are getting torn down now, and their farmland is being used as another property.
But
Kevin's going to be moving. Kevin, don't you want to move to Alabama or something, or Kansas?
I was just about to say, man, like I would love. I'm not even kidding. I would love to live like 5 Point Fragrance Reviews. I mean, the guy was saying he has 3 acres of land with a property. He bought it for $30,000.
Wow.
$30,000 is a 2-year-old Honda Civic. I mean, he owns a house and 3 acres of land. There's water in the back. He's got a little farm. He's got chickens. He's got a hog. And what are the property taxes in Alabama? You know, what are the utility costs in Alabama? Probably very low. You know what I mean? That's a nice life. He wakes up, he hears the cicadas and the crickets and the birds, and he hears like the chickens. That's a beautiful life.
Nah, I hear you, man. I was talking about that earlier. It would be nice to, I mean, because I've been looking at land here in North Carolina, and you know, out near the mountains near Asheville, or actually north of it, maybe north of Charlotte, there's some pretty decent amounts of land out there. I could buy like 10 acres for 50,000.
Wow.
You know, and it's some of it's a little bit mountainous or, you know, hilly.
Yeah, Rudy, you're full screen right now.
Now, Patrick, do they call it North Kakalaki over there? You heard that term before?
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that since the 90s. New York, North Kakalaka, and Compton. Check it out.
Yeah, I saw Fernando's comment about tobacco and fragrances. I just got 2 samples. I've ordered, I haven't gotten them yet, of Journeyman and Royal Tobacco from Armage. Have you guys tried that one before? Or any of those?
From who?
Yes.
Armage, Journeyman, and the Royal Tobacco.
I haven't tried Royal Tobacco. I've tried Journeyman.
Do you like it? Is it good?
It's all right. I mean, I guess not enough because I don't really remember it too well. But
yeah, I think that Royal Tobacco won the fragrance of the Scent Explorer last year. It's by that perfumer there.
Rudy, Muse wants to know if you're rocking the Kobe's. He wants to get a shoe check.
Ooh, Kobe's are like the
Nah,
ugliest shoes.
They're 360s. They're my workout shoes.
Oh yeah. Those are some ugly ass shoes, Rudy. I'm gonna be honest.
Those are really fucking ugly, man.
The
Yeah.
ugliest shoes I've seen on you.
Yeah, those are like 10 years old.
They look brand new.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, you guys remember the second Kobe's that came out? They look like, I don't know, man. They were ugly. They were trying to be like Ferraris for your feet, but they were stupid.
You're talking about the Adidas, the toaster oven looking ones.
Yeah, man. Those things were fugly.
I follow Reaper's advice. He says wear a sandal when you stream.
Yeah, man. I'm wearing Crocs. Fuck it.
Dude, it's hot here. It's like, how hot is it in North Carolina?
Oh, it's not that hot, man. It's like I don't know. It's about 80 and humid.
Okay.
Is it one of? You see the screen? Is it one of these?
Yeah, man. It's all of those. Yeah, those things are fugly. Those are not Mamba worthy.
I don't wear athletic shoes outside of the gym because I don't wear athletic clothing, and I feel like these kind of shoes they only look good if you wear like sweatpants or track pants or shorts. But I don't wear stuff outside. I only wear
Those shoes
pants.
look like they're 3D printed. They look like they're fucking 3D printed, man. I know Aaron used to rock that shit.
No, I got the other ugly ones. The what is it called? The Grant Hills, I think they're called. From Pila?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know who had some fucking ugly shoes in the 90s? Fucking Patrick Ewing had some ugly fucking shoes.
Well, it makes sense because he's a pretty ugly guy. But
Yeah, man.
this cigar tastes like toast, like bread and dark chocolate. It's very good.
I can't get any of those like nuanced flavors out of a cigar. Like I suck. I can't. This cigar has nuances of chocolate and berries and
Well, I'm
nuts.
telling you, Ken,
I
I'm
can't.
telling you right now, you can get the flavors out of it. I promise you. Just hold it in your mouth for like 15 seconds and just let this smoke out. Don't blow it out. Just let it escape. And while it's escaping, and just let this smoke like that. Let it escape.
Oh shit!
Escaping.
Oh shit! Look who's here. Oh, the man, the myth, the legend. Look who's here. Oh, the man, the myth.
How's it going?
Hey,
What's
Clean.
up, bro?
What up?
How you doing, man?
All right.
Hey, Clean. Have we been on stream together? I can't remember if we have.
No, I've never been on stream with you, AM, and Patrick, I don't think I've ever been on with you.
No, we haven't. Nice to meet you. My name's Patrick.
Nice to meet you. My name is Mr. Clean.
Mr.
I feel-
Cream. Nice to meet you.
I feel like I know Mr. Clean, even though we never met.
I know, right? That's the crazy thing about this, just seeing people all the time. I often find myself for the first time on screen with someone, and it's almost like, oh yeah, it's it, like it's no big deal. And then it strikes me like, oh wait, we've never actually met, but I feel like I know them.
I'm glad
You know what?
here.
I'm gonna take credit. I'm gonna take credit for Mr. Clean deciding to finally appear on a stream. I'll take credit for it. I don't care what you guys say.
All right.
You can have it.
Did you?
Rudy handles everything
Were
so
you part of somebody over there convincing me to jump on that night? That my first time?
Yeah, man. Yep.
Oh shit.
I'll take credit for that.
Interesting.
I remember
Okay.
that shit.
Okay.
What, jump on
I was
the
like,
smelly
there were so many times that I was like, hey, Mr. Clean, you need to join the stream. And you're like, yeah, someday I'll do it. Someday I'll do it. And then I just hounded you enough that you finally went on. I think it was either Dan's or Joey's stream.
Cannoli was the very first.
Then yeah,
And,
Patrick's a
and
bully
then-
like that. He likes to do that shit.
and then like a week later, I showed up on Dan's and just never went away.
Yo,
I remember you used to have that avatar. I think you had the jacket over your shoulder, right?
Yeah.
That's when you were in the chats.
Yeah, I mean, I had that up until fairly recently. I had that through into this year. I got rid of that one maybe about 4 or 5 months ago. I just wanted to update. Plus, there was Mr. Cream who was using that, so I figured it was time to change mine.
I think Aaron has Freudian slip. He said Mr. Cream.
Yo,
He may be the murderer.
I didn't even do that on purpose, man. I didn't even do that on purpose.
Arrow, it's Cookie Monster. Angelo's here.
Yeah, man. What's
Holy
up, man?
shit.
BC's my bro.
BC is your bro. He lets me be.
Oh, that's an old account.
Welcome,
Yo,
bro.
but I think really and truly I didn't. I'm not the one. I shouldn't take credit for it because Aram is the puppeteer behind everything. So
Yeah, he is.
I made
everybody to
Patrick.
know
I made
just
Patrick
because-
bully you. Sorry, Scott.
Just because I am here smoking a cigar with the cigar Illuminati does not make me part of it or a puppeteer.
nice disclaimer.
Yeah.
Nobody believes it.
Exactly.
Now,
It's been a
Somebody
while.
needs
I
to do
really have
something-
not smoked a cigar in years.
How you feeling now?
So far, okay. These are cigars Reaper sent me a year ago, maybe just barely over a year ago. I've just had them sealed up in the bag and put them in my fridge. So here we are.
Damn, a year old now?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the dildo size cigars he smokes.
Well, he's got big hands.
What's that?
you know?
What size, Kevin? What size is this?
That's like 6.5, man. That's a big ring gauge. Just huge. Like 6, 7, 6.5.
Yeah. It's a fatty.
That's a
I
Reaper
mean,
cigar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a.
I mean, regardless of the hands of his size, it's still the size of a dildo.
I liked yesterday where Kevin was showing all the comments that Reaper was making on Limelight's Instagram.
Oh, I missed it. I want to see that.
It was a great moment.
Can you put it on here?
Yeah, Kevin took a bunch of screenshots and did his best to knock Reaper down a notch.
I love Reaper's comment. He was just like, "And this is why you don't help out smaller channels."
Also, can we just acknowledge that the Reaper has some of the worst Instagram comment game I've ever seen in my life? He's like, he commented, "Nice, you put me on your shirt. Cute." Fire emoji.
I think the only person that uses emojis more than Reaper is Joel.
Oh, Mohicans Joel?
Yeah.
What's up, Eric?
Where's Joel been?
What's up, Eric?
Anybody check on him? Is he doing okay?
I texted him last week, but I think he's just taking some me time right now. But
Limelight said she might come on with a cigar. She told us last night. We haven't heard from her yet, though, have we?
No, I haven't heard from her. She has a party going on.
Joel right now, actually. Let me text him right now.
Is it going to be a dildo-sized cigar?
I mean, it would be appropriate in that case. By the way, does anybody like tobacco from Nicaragua? I think it's the best.
Yeah.
It's the best.
I love Nicaraguan tobacco.
It's the new Cuban.
So it's good. All right. Hopefully, I get service in this area where I'm starting to walk.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna finish this brick house, and then I'm gonna move on to this other one that you told me to buy.
Arturo Fuente, Double Chateau.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you get, Rudy?
I got
Padron?
it's a Monte Cristo, like the New York edition.
Oh, that Padron you smoked the other day. I
AJ
got
Fernandez.
it. You know that Padron you were smoking the other day? I have that
Oh,
one. That's a beautiful one.
The 1967, I think. The
Yeah,
limited.
64.
It's like now by my house it's like $36 a stick now.
Oh God, it's 64.
think
It's
it's
25 here.
The anniversary? Is it the anniversary one?
It's
Yeah, the
Patron
anniversary.
1964 that cost
Like
him
in the Twilight Zone or something.
That's the best cigar I've smoked so far, besides a Cuban Cohiba that I had.
Who is that talk? Is that Melina? No.
Hold on, I'm gonna share something real quick.
Yeah.
all the folks at home in case they want to.
Oh God, what?
We all know that's lovely, right?
Oh,
That the Whiskey Reaper is quite often in her comments.
oh boy, yeah, you guys have noticed this.
Oh shit!
A shirt with me in it. Very cute.
Oh no, Reaper!
Oh my! Let me stop there.
Is he simping?
Oh no, this
He's
is
simping hardcore, bruh.
This is embarrassing.
I mean, this is a beautiful, beautiful picture. I mean,
Well, thank you.
you are lovely. But I noticed over here, Whiskey Reaper. What's? Oh my goodness! Another comment. From the
Wow.
Oh, Reaper! Welcome to Simptown Population
Well, you
Unit.
think it would end there.
Population
You got another beautiful picture of the lovely Limelight Lass. Absolutely. But you guys recognize this icon over here? What's happening here? A heart? Is that a heart? Whiskey Reaper. Good Lord.
Man, you're savage. You are savage.
Oh, it doesn't even stop there. I mean, look at this picture. I mean, beautiful. Beautiful picture.
Thanks.
I laugh. Holy shoot. Whoa. He's keeping it
And
simple.
look, I appreciated the nice comments. That's why I don't understand why he's so rude to me.
Oh my God! Somebody get him some milk.
That's why I don't understand. You know what? He sends me mixed signals. He sends me mixed messages.
Kevin and I understand that because we know the techniques of negging, and you know.
Yes.
The psychotic techniques.
Yes.
Of what? Negging?
Negging.
Yeah,
So-
negging.
Another.
So
I don't.
do you guys are familiar with like that kid in grade school that always picks on the girl that he likes? That's what Whiskey Reaper's doing essentially. Okay.
I wouldn't say simp. I'd say hopeless romantic.
Minus the romantic. But listen,
Minus the romantic.
the
Oh, just
thing
hopeless?
is- here's the thing. I just realized when I was younger, I had to really work to build the courage and confidence to be able to openly compliment women, right? I had to really try to do that, to develop that, because you're nervous, right? That she was like, ew, please, right? I had to work on myself to be able to go up to her and be like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. Look how gorgeous you are. I had to work on that. And now people call that simping. I think the people who call that simping still haven't developed that ability to go up to people and just say what you want to them, right? It's like this whole culture of like, well, if you go up to a woman, you're a creep. Are you fucking retarded, dude? Like, you know how hard it is to go up to a woman? Like, you have to try. You have to practice that skill in the clubs and when you're in your late teens, early 20s, you develop that ability to talk to women and approach them. The cold approach is like a long lot. It's
an art.
It's an art.
Yeah.
The cold approach is an art.
Yeah, and Kevin, to your point, I think that the word simping has gone a little bit too much, where it's just like a compliment of simping, and I agree with you. I think that when I think about simping, I'm thinking of people, about guys that are giving time, money, resources, and not getting any reciprocation at all. You know what I mean? That's when
Exactly.
That's a good definition.
Yeah.
That's a good definition.
Like, simping exists, but the way it has come to be used is overplayed. It's being used to describe just general compliments now. That's a little ridiculous. Just like how shilling is abused as a word now, you know. So
yeah. I want to talk about this. You guys see, like on Older Jerks, there's this whole thing about you from You Smells Good, and they were saying like, oh, he's a creepy guy because he's trying to fuck all the women in Fragcom. What are your thoughts on that?
Is he?
Well,
you're asking?
No one knows if he is. That's not the point.
Oh, okay.
Any thoughts I have are not ones I want to discuss publicly.
So what he's hitting on girls on he's sliding into people's DMs basically.
Well, that's what
Like-
they're accusing him of.
Just like any guy would do. Is that what you're trying to say?
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, but the implication was that it's more than just what any guy would do. Sometimes that there are also unwanted, unasked for photos that come with it sometimes. So
well, maybe he's just got a gorgeous penis, and it's like a woman's privilege.
They don't need to open the attachment,
They don't open the attachment, yeah. Dude, anybody who is trying to fuck all the women at Fracom, you know what I say? I say, buona fortuna, sir. Good luck to you.
Honestly,
send Eugene's the link. I'm sure he's
honestly,
cigars, right?
I really don't understand the whole sliding into somebody's DM thing. You make comments on their post, that's it. I don't understand why you would feel the need to slide into somebody's DMs.
What do you mean you don't understand the need to slide into someone's DMs? You want to pursue something with them. That's why.
Well, no, not when they're all over the fucking world. No. So
Bro, you just finished a relationship with the girl on the other side of the country. What the fuck are you talking about?
yeah. So
So
nobody was sliding in the DMs. It all started with a phone call with actual connection. We knew each other on screen already. It wasn't some anonymous, we don't know one another. Oh, I saw your post, now I'm sliding in your DMs. That's what I'm saying. I don't get that shit.
And there's a difference. Eugene's I don't know Eugene. I don't have Instagram, so I'm just commenting here. But Eugene may be trying. Mr. Clean's actually doing it. So
yo, I wouldn't be so dude.
Mr. Clean's successful.
Yo, Mr. Clean is very successful. I'm not trying to take away from him, but not to take away from Eugene. Dude, I was chilling with Eugene a few weeks ago. I'm gonna tell you something right now. That guy fucks. Dude, he's like 6'5". He's a good-looking guy, and dude, he's got charm. He's got game. For sure, he's got game.
I mean, listen, everybody talks, man. I need like some sort of proof.
Yes, there is that. That is what was lacking. I do have to say that the person who was commenting that stuff said certain things pretty definitively. Yes, there was no proof there, but where
We need to see the dick pics, bro. That's where basically
saying,
what's
I
happening.
know this happened and I know I have seen the evidence. And that was specifically about Eugene, but the stuff that same person was saying about Margie was speculative. That person was saying probably, I assume, but that person did not say probably and assume about Eugene. So, but yes, there was no hardcore evidence to back it up, but that person swears there is.
Look, we got somebody backstage.
Hold the fort.
What's up, man?
Oh,
Rem.
shit.
Afternoon,
All the
gentlemen.
stars are here.
Whoa,
Afternoon.
look at that haircut. Look at that beard lineup. Look
Ooh,
at
got the fresh haircut going. Fresh fade for the cigar stream.
Looking good.
All right, gentlemen. I'm not really sure which ones I should smoke. I don't know if I should go with
Rem, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah. The microphone. I think it's your other microphone, not the one, not your Yeti.
Hold on.
We're trying to run a professional stream here.
yeah.
I almost kicked out AM like a bunch of times.
Well, you did. I just came back.
Yeah, Alex, jump in if you want.
Testing. Is that better?
Gossip
That
Girl.
sounds good.
Am I okay now?
No, it sounds the exact same.
Shit.
You know what Remington needs? He needs a gaffer.
A what?
A gaffer.
What's that?
Tell him,
All right.
Aaron.
Are we good now? Better? Same?
Aaron,
Still
you're
sound-
muted.
Do I still sound like
Isn't that?
shit?
That's the guy who holds the microphone above the actor, the gaffer.
Oh,
That's fine. That's fine. So what do you got there, Rem?
All right, so I've got let's see here. I've got, hold on, let me see here. I can't even see them. All right. I've got some of my cigars from a local store, but I also got sent some cigars from you know who.
Oh, shit.
Hey,
the big ones.
The
that-
big ones.
that's what I have. I have one of those massive Magnum motherfuckers. I did
Look
not
how
know that.
obnoxiously big these are. Is he
Yeah.
what is he doing? Is he like trying to overcompensate, or is he just letting everybody know that he's hung like a fucking buffalo? This thing is an absolute hog leg. It's a baby's arm.
Yep.
That's another way to put it.
Oh, by the way, my scent of the day. Oh yes.
Oh, is that YSL?
It's got to be my favorite. It's the original YSL Pour Homme. I like it better than Koros. I like it better than I like it better than Rive Gauche. I absolutely love it.
What does it compare to? That we made.
That lemon in the beginning, that lemon verbena, and then that dirtiness. I don't even have anything that's even kind of really close to it, to be honest.
So it still has those top notes.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it was brand new when I got it. Yeah, and it had been in the box, and in good condition. So, yeah, I just absolutely love, especially in the summertime. I don't know what it is about it. Like as soon as I start sweating with this stuff, like I was up at the pool earlier and I was playing some tennis. I don't know. I absolutely love this stuff.
Hey,
That's
where
not
fuck
the one
did
that says
Patrick go?
YSL, right?
What's that?
That's not the oldest bottle, right? That's not the one with the YSL.
Yeah, I don't think this is the oldest. This is what is this? This has got to be
This
90s
might be like
version.
90s. Yeah, like a
Yeah.
90s, early 2000s, maybe.
Late 90s, maybe early 2000s. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
exactly.
Look at the color.
He's right.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It's good stuff.
I'm gonna flex a bit.
Incredible.
With the
Incredible.
citrus fragrance, you're probably better off going with a 90s one than any older than that.
Doesn't get much better. All right. What am I going to go ahead and I don't know if I want to smoke this nub, Connecticut nub, or
I heard
the
about those Connecticut nubs. I've heard good things. That might be a good first smoke.
yeah, I agree. I think I'm going to go ahead and go with the Connecticut nub. Good call. Take
Ease you into it.
Remington, I'm gonna flex a bit. Here we go.
Yeah,
This is.
let me see it. Yes.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, okay.
What-
So you've got the
what-
version before mine.
There you go.
Yeah. I think it has the logo, the big ass logo. In the
Yeah.
front. That's
Yep.
the difference. But they both
Yep.
smell amazing, though. I'm gonna try some right now.
Yeah, that was the one I was talking about.
I threw this in the comments early when you guys started. I don't know if you saw it. I'm wearing the Baldessarini AM. If you don't have it, I know you would like that one. Do you have the Baldessarini?
No, I don't, but I want to get it after you talked about it.
It's a cheapie too. It is so masculine and like what a boss man would typically smell like in the old days. You would love it.
Is that by Hugo Boss?
Oh, Balsarini.
Originally it was, and now it's its own thing. And I have
Oh,
both
the cheapie
versions.
one.
I have both
cheapie you
versions
talk
of
about.
it, the original and the modern, and I like the modern perfectly fine. I don't think it's any very. I actually find the OG a little more citrusy than the modern one, but I don't think you need the old one.
Yeah, I've always wanted to look into that one actually.
Yeah, just it's it's one that you might spray every couple or few hours if you want. Totally fine.
That's
especially 'cause
fine.
It's not that expensive. And the OG one I got, it's a small 30 ml bottle. I think I paid $60 for it. So even for an original formula,
Oh, wow.
it's not expensive.
My scent of the day is Platinum Egoist.
Of course it is.
We wouldn't be exactly. This wouldn't be a stream if you weren't wearing Platinum Egoist or ADG, right?
Yeah. It smells so
I mean, we know one
I'm
thing about
actually-
money. He's consistent.
I'm wearing the Vini 44 by Lulabo, city exclusive, and it's perfect with it's like a charred wood vanilla fragrance, and it's going perfect with the cigar right now. Actually,
Oh,
Did you say? I know that in. Did you say something about like come the cigar? What is it? Man 2. Were you talking about that?
oh
fragrance?
man, Comme de Garçon man, two man.
Yeah, 2 man.
Daddy.
That one, that stuff is good. Yeah, really, really good. That stuff.
Yeah.
It kind of smells like when you put out a match. That
Easy boy.
smoke that comes out from the match.
Oh, yeah.
I like
like
that
that.
smell. I love that smell.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that one.
Yeah, and it's like 120. Retail is like 120. Granted, this is before the pandemic, so I'm sure the price is inflated, but
Price is going crazy, man, right now.
Yeah.
yeah, Chanel is raising the prices again on the Les Exclusives. It's like every 3 months now.
Yeah, Dave from Cali's Groomroom was talking about that last night. He's about to grab Sycamore because of that.
Yeah.
I get $25 up starting next
Hello.
week.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's $450 now. Yeah. I'm just thankful I got all of them before everything happened.
And you can't get Chanel on discount.
Well, most of them, if you go on Mercari, somebody is always selling one for like 100 off, or even more, especially if it's like a decently used bottle. Like that's one of the best routes you can go. And I've never seen a fake one, in all honesty.
I want that Clear de Russie, but I don't need a full big bottle. I don't need to spend that money. I'd be happy to buy a partial. I just haven't found one that was worth
Mr.
grabbing.
I don't know about any queer to Rusi, but if you want a queer Rusi, you got Rudy ready to go.
Yeah, you would want to know, huh?
Queer to Rusi, queer Ruski. Come on. Anyway,
I'm not
Yeah, I think we got it.
Okay, sorry.
I'm not
Kevin
like
Money
technically Russian, but yeah, go on.
explains. Oh, go.
I had with all respect, Remington, with all due respect to you, may I compliment your wife? Is that okay? You're muted.
Yeah.
Still muted.
I was muted. You're right. Okay, fair enough. No, of course you can compliment my wife. I have no problem with that whatsoever.
I saw a picture of Remington's wife, and let me tell you, folks, this guy hit the jackpot. His wife's a smoke show.
Punching above my weight. But thank you very much, Money. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Yeah, I don't know.
Your girl is a smoke show as well. We all know Melina
Whoa,
is.
take it easy, all right?
That's whoa, top shelf.
Whoa.
Top shelf Canadian.
I think everybody here, Rudy, you have to be left out of this one. But of all the other men I see here, then I think everybody's had are either with or have been with some smoke shows. So
Yeah, and right now, clean.
Agreed.
I heard you and Amanda are talking, or
no, stop it, dude. Do not start rumors that are
Look at
not
him.
remotely true.
come on,
Not
clean.
stirring the
Everyone
pot.
knows, man.
Stirring the
Everyone
pot.
knows.
Stop it. That's a fucking lie, and people will fucking believe you. So stop it.
Nope, it's being chopped
It's not-
up as we speak, and
not
it's
a
going up
joke
on
when
EDJ.
people believe it and then start talking shit. So
Clean.
just
I don't know why you
do
always deny it. Like, don't do the same thing again, man. Like,
Burner,
good
up.
girl.
Fuck off.
Kev,
Don't start new
Kev.
drama for me that I don't fucking need. Stop
Yeah,
it.
good point. Good point. He doesn't need any more drama.
I just got a notification from Oda Jerks. Hold on, let me see what it is. Mr. Clean is dating.
Sweet Milk just texted me.
Hey, Rem, did you see, or is it different for some of us? Sweet Milk closed his Instagram.
Oh, did he really?
That I and others have found. So
Okay.
you should
Okay.
check yours and see if you still have access or not.
Yeah, I haven't been on in a couple of days, but a few days ago he tried to call me, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Are you really calling me right now?" I was like, "Sweet Milk, I'll talk to you, but as soon as I hear your voice, I'm gonna know who you are if I've actually ever heard your voice before."
That's
And
what
he-
one would
and
think.
he gave it like a heart, and then I never heard back from him. But he literally tried to call me, and I was like, "Did I miss a call from
He
Sweet
called
Milk?"
me too. He called a few of us last week on my first stream last Saturday. He called me right before the stream, Amanda, Dave, Callie's Groom Room, and then he called Joe, DDLD. None of us
I don't think it's somebody we know.
answered. So,
He's British because
I don't think
no,
it's somebody
he-
we know.
no, he's not Brit. He's
Well, then-
got
okay,
to live
so
in the Nashville area because his
Well, okay,
other
all right.
posts that are not Fragcom are all about Nashville stuff. And there was even a picture shot from a building saying downtown Nashville today, working from blah blah blah. Here's my view, something like that. So he's a Nashville guy.
I don't know one single American that spells rumor RUMOUR.
That's very true. Now,
and
unless
he
I've
said to
had
me,
my-
yeah, go ahead.
well,
I just-
unless he's a transplant.
Yeah, now there you go. I was gonna say he could be a Brit that's living in Nashville now. Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah. The other thing is, sweet milk is a Southern expression. It is.
Yes. Yes.
It is from the dairy. You have your sweet milk and you have your buttermilk. So basically, sweet milk is the regular milk, and they only say that down in certain areas of the South. So that plus the Nashville references, I just assume that's where he is.
Is he just gonna show up for the Fraggle Rock party in Philly? He just shows up and reveals his identity. I love it.
honestly don't think it's somebody we know.
I don't either. I
He-
agree with you. DDL
he
is right.
says-
5,000 members of the Oda Jerks. You have no idea who
Right.
it could be anybody. Yeah, it's,
He has said to somebody, I don't know if it was DDLD, probably, that we all know who he is, but that doesn't mean we know him on camera. That
he
doesn't
said
mean
the same thing to me.
Yeah.
He said
All
he
it
said
means
you,
is-
you guys. Yeah, he said you know who I am.
all it means is we've known him as somebody else in the chats. that,
Exactly.
you know.
I agree with you. Yep. Yeah.
And
Yo,
and
Alex,
that's
you
thousands
were
of people.
such a
That's
gossipy
still
little-
thousands.
I'm on the stream.
What are you guys talking about?
We're done talking about him. We were chatting about good old Sweet Milk. He's obsessed with all the characters in the reality TV show that we call Fragcom.
Yeah, Alex
Yeah.
Chu, stop being a little gossip girl, man. Just join the stream. If you want to talk
What'd
about
you say?
something, hop on in and assert your dominance. Show us your cock or something, man. Come on.
It's typical jiu-jitsu people, man. That's how they act.
Muse says we need a T-shirt with the 10 frag commandments on it. I agree. Muse nailed it. And you've got those down, isn't that right, Money? Isn't that you created the frag commandments?
Well, it wasn't just me. Floral Notes was involved. Sancho was involved. Aram was involved. I mean, Aram really inspired the whole thing because he once told me that the chat is undefeated. And I'm like, that's true. The chat is undefeated. You can never
100%.
Well, yeah, but I remember a few years ago, 2020, whatever, was like, I think it happened where we've been, imagine like all of us here, we all kind of know each other. It's been a year or so, even more for a lot of us. And
It's been a
all of
fucking year.
Yeah, it's been a fucking year.
Fucking year.
And
I love that Scott can
sometimes
take it.
yeah, and sometimes you have somebody that new comes around and just kind of like puts their feet on the table, opens the fridge. So then I think Kevin was like, dude, don't you have any stream etiquette? You're coming in here, you don't know anybody, and you're putting your feet on the couch, You're putting
Yeah,
or
know your
on the
place.
counter. So, and I think that's where
Eating
it
up the
started.
leftovers. Yeah.
Yeah, you're opening up the fridge. You just came in. You just came into the house. So I think that's how it all started.
Taking all the ribs, all the chicken wings, stuff like
On
that.
that concept though of
I did that.
who was that? Was that AM who said we should have shirts with the 10 commandments?
It was Muse. Muse said it. Yeah.
Muse said it. Actually, what it should be is there should be 10 different shirts,
Oh.
each with a different one, and we all should wear a different one at any given time.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anuj is pointing out the Canadians spell rumor the same as the Brits do. I was unaware. All right.
It's robes.
God, I love Robes. Can we talk about Robes? Why do we hate on Robes? He's awesome. He's great.
I don't know.
I do
He's-
not hate on robes.
I know you don't, Aram. I know, but I think that other people within Fragcom do, and I think that they get all bent out of shape because he blocked a bunch of people and everything. And I think Robes is just taking a stance. He's like, I'm not going to deal with any of the reality TV bullshit. There's no drama here. And if there's anybody who partakes in it, he's going to block you. But I love his message. I love that he's pointed out how the reviewers are shilling. And what is shilling? It is dishonestly selling. That's what it is. It's
I mean, 'cause
dishonest
you
selling.
were not here season 1 to see Ropes in its full effect. That's why you say this. If you were
Oh, okay. All right. So I haven't been able to witness Robes when he used to interact. Is that what you're saying?
Dude, that guy had the biggest ego on him I'd ever seen. And I understand you can have a bit of an ego because you're Robes 08. You're like king of Fragcom at that time, before Jeremy came around. But he used to come on the stream like with this attitude, and he tried to punk me once, and I didn't even realize it because like I can't comprehend like Fragcom like fragrance hierarchy, like like in the watch community. This is what I really hate about the watch
Fragrance hierarchy.
people with like really nice watches, they think they're cool. I'm like, you're not cool. Like you just bought some watches. It doesn't make you cool or better or anything. It's just you're a collector. Good for you. Robes kind of had this attitude like I'm the best because I got all the fragrances. And then I'm like, which aquatic do you like? He's like, oh, I hate aquatics. And he was like laughing at my taste. And then I found out afterwards. Caboose actually told me, he's like, yo, that guy doesn't like you. And I'm like, why doesn't he like me? And he's like, oh, because you always compliment Eva. fragrance test tubes. I don't know how deep we want to get into this, but I don't mind. It's all public anyway.
This is some season 1 shit right here.
Oh yeah.
Damn, we're going deep into the burrows.
Go as deep as you want, but if it was said on stream, I can talk about it.
But I don't blame money for that.
All right, well, that's fair, and I have no. And look, I mean, yeah, I've never seen him interact, and he won't even talk about anything other than fragrance. So, it's very tough to even make that judgment. But maybe season 1, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Robes does have a little bit of an ego on him. I mean, that definitely wouldn't catch me by surprise.
What Kevin is saying.
Yeah.
What Kevin is saying is that since he hates him, you have to hate him too.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna hate Robes. No
I
way.
have a problem with Robes. The
I
only
can't subscribe to him. I like him.
Yeah, I like Robes.
problem I have with Robes is the same problem I have with Clement CC. I'm sick and tired of them saying that they're French. Okay? Them saying that they're French is like me saying I'm Canadian. Yeah, I'm Canadian. Okay? I'm a Canadian citizen. But let's be honest here. I mean, you don't think of Canada when you look at me. I don't know. When I think of Viva la France or the Eiffel Tower, I don't picture a guy looking like Mark. I mean, he's a great guy, but he's Indian.
But what do you mean about Clement?
Wait,
It gives you,
yeah.
it gives you more clout if you say you're French.
Dude,
Is that what you're saying?
Clemens for sure is like French. Like she was probably born and raised in France.
Oh, for sure.
But
She's
dude,
French as a kid.
she's 100% like Algerian or Moroccan or something. She's Middle Eastern. It's so obvious. There's no way.
Okay.
See, that's not obvious to me at all.
You don't think by her nose and her dark features that she's not Middle Eastern? Rudy, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I don't know about all that, but I don't like. She might have some French roots, but I don't think like she's like majority French.
I mean, she looks more like me and you than she does Mr. Clean.
I mean, I wouldn't disagree with that.
Yeah. And same with Mark. Mark looks more like me and you than he does Mr. Clean or Remington. Like Mark for sure is Punjabi or something.
Yeah, but the way he pronounces eau de parfum, I mean, it's pretty obvious he's French.
He's very French Canadian.
I agree.
Anybody from
I
Canada
agree.
can pronounce French words properly because we learned French in school. Eau de parfum. Everyone can say that. That's not anything.
No, you don't say it like Robes though.
He said it wrong, actually.
That Quebecer.
Tell us how Robes says it.
Quebec.
Can you please...
Oh, I can't do it. Only Robes can do it.
Eau de parfum. Eau de parfum. He said like fur.
Only Robes. Oh, by the way, before we get deep into Robes, I just want to say congratulations to Mr. Clean and Amanda.
For what?
You guys, it's a beautiful relationship that you guys have just started.
Stop it.
I think it's incredible.
Stop.
Congratulations on your new
relationship.
Congratulations. Everybody together. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Leave it to Patrick.
Don't start
now is
false rumors.
Is Amanda the most? I mean, is she the most eligible bachelorette in Fragcom right now? Is it just me, or she's single, she's ready to mingle, and
I mean that's like every woman that comes
I don't
through
know.
Fragcom.
Is it really? Okay. I don't know.
I mean,
I think
yeah,
Limelight's great. I think when Erica entered, we all knew she was a fraud right away. We immediately knew she was a fraud, right? But I think
I was waiting for the drama.
I think that Limelight came. I think Limelight came in and everybody liked her right off of the rip. Just
she's got a great attitude, and she's got a very easy attitude. And when I'm saying easy, I'm talking about attitude, not something else. And she doesn't take things too seriously. She knows how to have fun with even a controversial topic.
She's like one of the boys. Yeah.
So she is somebody who, if she ended up in a Fragcom relationship and it got public, she wouldn't give a shit and she would deal with it just fine.
I also, if things go south, I also don't see her making a shit video of Bon Vivant a couple months from now. Things don't turn out right. No, I'm saying like, I can't imagine her, trashing Bon River because something happened with Dan,
No, never.
which inevitably will. Not just kidding.
That Smelly, I'm going to say it for a third time today. I just got to get it off my chest. That guy is a stupid, drunk prick. That guy's a silly, pompous, belligerent bastard.
We're not.
Yeah, there is a comment that probably, like, this is not my channel, but Aram or somebody has noted that this last name should probably be deleted from the comment.
I agree.
That's your call. Do you see it?
Number one rule: no doxing. I mean, the stream's going to get deleted anyways, but yeah, the comment should be deleted. Yeah, I mean, Money, I know that you've kind of been a little bit on a you've been talking some shit about Smelly lately, and we're not supposed to be sitting around smoking cigars and talking shit, but I mean he doesn't have a problem, being the drunkard, and I think it's part of his shtick. It's part of it, it's part of who he is, and that self-deprecating and that constant, everything's perfectly fine in my life, even though we're kind of like, what's going on, type, it's part of his shtick. So I don't know, man. It's tough. Sometimes I take, what he says seriously, and the other times you got to take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, the drunkenness is not the big deal. It's that when he's that drunk, his level of pompousness and condescension increases tenfold. And he becomes more and more rude, belligerent, condescending, arrogant. And I'm like, on what basis have you built? On what foundation have you built this pedestal for yourself? So I don't know. He's just really irritating the way like middle management at like an Avis car rental company is. Like they've got no power at all, but the slightest taste of it gets to their head. Dude, he has the energy of a pencil pusher.
Oh gosh, it's getting
I think you overanalyze a little too much.
Yeah.
I think Money's just trying to start some shit. He likes to start shit in the reality TV show. There's nothing.
He's gonna compliment them in like 10 minutes anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah,
he's a good guy.
He's a great guy. He's a great guy.
He's the best.
He's a good guy.
He's the best.
The thing is, the thing is, I think most of us who've been public in FragCom for a while now are mostly pretty good, pretty cool, pretty chill, pretty fun or funny most of the time. There's just a few moments here and there where we all fuck up a little bit, or some worst part of our personality comes out when we've been drinking. And oftentimes then for some people, that's all that matters or all that stands out. And I think you're doing that with Smelly right now. Yes, he has his bad moments, but 90% of the time, I think he's fun and pretty easy.
No. I'd say it's about 50-50 at best.
All right. We're splitting
Well, I'll
hairs.
say about Smelly, he does bring out some stars. Look, he created Mr. Clean, Reaper, Boz now.
Ooh, he definitely
Margie.
created Boz.
That's true.
Yeah,
Amanda.
he does churn out stars, doesn't he? Yeah, it's kind of true.
He's the kingmaker.
True. I'm not a hater.
Smelly's
man.
running a casting couch for FragCom.
I'm not a hater, okay? That's how I feel at the moment, because he treated me very poorly on Friday and I didn't appreciate it.
He did treat you poorly. I saw that.
You saw that. And treated me very poorly for the 4 seconds I was backstage. Didn't appreciate that either. And so I'm a little bit peeved, and I'm just expressing my emotion.
I appreciated that John came on, into the Lion's Den. He wanted to talk a little shit to Smelly, tell him, ask him about his issues and why he can't find a woman if he's, a decent looking guy and he doesn't have any baggage. And I think Smelly handled it very well. To be frank with you, I think he handled it pretty decent. John really couldn't come up with much of an argument. He wasn't saying anything specific. Well, I don't know, man. I think he made John look a little bit foolish, to be frank with you.
No.
Yeah, I'm glad DDLD was there. DDLD.
Yeah, DDLD was commentating it. Yeah.
Handled it well in a way that Smelly in that moment couldn't do. And it was only after DDLD had that Smelly was able to bring it down and be more reasonable with it. So.
Yeah, I don't think either of them laid a smackdown on either one. I think because John had a Captain and Coke was not articulating himself very well.
No, he was not.
That was his fault. And then on Smelly's end, Smelly was too triggered the whole debate. So it doesn't look good when you're all agitated. You have to keep your cool, you know? Like, there are rules, but I respect them both for doing it on stream. Because a smackdown or a mental pretzel cannot be served and delivered unless done to the person's face. If you just do it on another shoot, like, see what I'm doing right now, talking shit about Smelly, it doesn't count, right? It's not like, oh, you smackdown on Smelly. It would only count if he was here and then I let him come back at me and we went at it, then it would count. But right now, it's just words in the air. So I respect them both for doing it on stream. Good for both of you.
But people only do it to get a reaction. I feel like everyone always overreacts in this space. Who really cares?
Yeah, I mean, I've certainly overreacted before, so I know. I understand.
You know.
I disagree. I don't think Kevin does it sometimes just to purely get a reaction. I think Kevin is just, I don't know. I just think Kevin is speaking his mind sometimes. That's how he really feels. You guys think he's just trolling or whatever, just trying to do something, but I think Kevin just is he does just sometimes doesn't bullshit. And I think Kevin is one of the only guys that I've seen on stream to break down Dan, and Dan revealed a more human side of himself one time. And I don't know if you guys remember this. I forget which channel it was on. If it was on Kevin's stream, it was on Kevin's stream, right? And you were sort of getting to talk. You getting him to talk about how he feels about other fragrance personalities or whatever. And Dan actually was honest, and he said, "Yeah, I kind of don't like certain people." And he normally doesn't reveal himself like that.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, we all can't be the Zen master that Eugene is, and just everybody just shut up, don't give any opinions. There's nothing wrong with throwing out some spicy opinions, having a little bit of a debate, and there's definitely nothing wrong with calling out the reviewers and everything. Which, to be frank with you guys, I know you don't like them very much, but Oda Jerks, I mean, aren't they the accountability squad? I mean, isn't that what that forum is created for? Accountability. Dishonest selling, shilling and all this other bullshit. And then on top of that, yeah, they a lot of times they're going to get into some other shit, but I see nothing wrong with that at all. I like people who express their opinion. And if you don't like somebody, I mean, why not have a conversation about it? You disagree with it? Great. Let's have a conversation about it. So I see nothing wrong with it. And I agree with Patrick. I think that Money doesn't really say shit to stir the pot. I think he's just speaking his mind.
I know. I think both things happen, and he can do both, and sometimes he can do both in the same sentence. But I do see a lot of truth in what Burner does, and I do think there's a lot of value in many of things he does and brings to the streams. But he certainly has his moments where he will push things too far. I've been part of it. Look, I've enjoyed 80% of my conversations with Burner on streams. 20% of them, he pisses me the fuck off and pushes too far. And when I ask him to stop, he keeps going. And so now Burner does overplay it sometimes, honestly.
The thing that I hate to sound like a broken record, because a lot of stuff I'm saying today I've said before, but the thing that really boggles my mind in this community is the level of fear people have to say things. Like, when I see injustice, inhumanity, and just poor choices and people just being cowards, I'm like, why are you being a coward right now? What, like, I don't know.
Well, there you go, Kevin. You're asking the question why, but if somebody just says everything that's on their mind, are they being brave or are they just being dicks?
It's not about saying what's on your mind, but like when you see injustice happening, when you see something happening that is wrong, that is fundamentally wrong, it is your duty to speak up, or you're just as bad.
I'm 100% with you, Burner. And you know, I've done the same, and I've had a reputation for being a guy calling people out, you know, over
you
time.
should
but like
call people out. Like when RXL was doing all that shit, like you should call him out, right? When Erica does this thing right now with the Bon Bever, like, yeah, call that shit out, man. Like, why are you changing your mind now that you're not part of the stream? Like, call it
Yeah.
out. Or when Joey was like, the whole thing about Joey having that big T on, and people were wondering, like, yo, aren't you kind of exploiting this mentally challenged kid? Is that, And then he defended himself for whatever, but at least he was called out. Like, people should call things out. Why not? Like, if you feel it's an injustice, if you feel it's not right what's happening, why wouldn't you say something? You should say something.
Yeah, but see, and then this is like, I agree with that, but then I take it in some other areas that you refuse to take it, and you have a very different opinion on, and that is people like that should be called out, but then you're okay with them coming on your stream and even putting them on camera. I'm like, no, fuck those people. I don't want them fucking around me, you know? So, yeah. And, you know, when Margie and I, one of the 4 streams Margie and I did that had some controversy in it, you know, started with her just allowing people willy-nilly that she had told me multiple times she not wanted nothing to do with, would never want on her streamer, and now she's allowing them on, and that's one of the things that kind of freaked me out and set me off, because, you know, I had this thing about, well, have some fucking standards, you know, like you have said you don't like these people and don't want them here, but now you're bringing them here. I went in with the idea that we're not doing it like this, but here we are doing it like this. So that's where I had some issues. So I believe that those standards that we have, the same ones that we would call those people out, we should bring with us in all the other aspects we do in this community as well. So
see, Mr. Cream, what you're talking about is energy and effort
that is
versus
clean with an L,
versus
not cream with an R.
versus I'm sorry, Mr. Clean. I'm sorry, Mr. Clean. That you're talking about energy and effort versus results. You know, now, Kevin, I understand what you're talking about, right? You're talking about you should, if you see an injustice and you're in this zone that it's going to help you. If it helps you sleep at night, then it's all good, right? But at the same time, somebody like let's not try to candy coat it, sugar coat it, but somebody like RXL, no matter what you say to him, no matter what you say about him, you're not going to change anything. So what's the point? What is the why are you going to devote that type of energy and that type of effort? You're not going to have any of the results that you are trying to look for.
The only thing it does is feeds that beast even more.
Well,
so
I think what's
you
in the
just
forefront
don't
of my mind
engage.
when I talk about that is when I see in the chat, people that are in the chat won't even say anything out of the fear that he might go after them. It's like, look, I can feel things, man. I know when someone doesn't care, and I know when someone cares but is too afraid. And I feel a lot of people care but are too afraid to speak up. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm hypersensitive. Maybe I'm totally wrong. But I think that I'm right. And I see a lot of people who care but are too afraid. And that is a definition of a coward. Someone who cares but is too afraid.
I think people just don't care.
No, I don't. No. If they didn't
There's
care,
a lot of apathy. There's a lot of apathy.
Cares. No, if they didn't care, they wouldn't be part of this. They wouldn't be invested. Everyone on this panel cares. Every single one of them. Everybody in this chat cares. Bullshit if they don't care.
About what? Care about what?
Do you know why you watch certain TV shows or certain movies? Because you get attached to the characters, right? You care about the characters. You want to see what happens to them, right? This is like from time immemorial. This is the tale of things that we watch and observe and read. So with the streams, the people here care. They do care, and that's why it's interesting, because it's something to care about. In life, we all need something to care about. And at this point in time, we've all chosen the streams as one of those things on our list. So if you didn't care, you wouldn't watch. So people do care. Bullshit. I don't believe none
Okay,
of
but I think okay, all right. But how do they care?
I don't give a shit.
It's a different type of caring, though. I think is why Remington's asking that question, right? Some people care just to see what's going to happen next, which is different than caring about respect and the way humans here in this community actually deal with one another and what care about what is right and wrong.
Okay,
but like some people
chat want an example. I'll give you an example. RXL would run these streams, and he would just like call people like faggots and whores and retards and all this terrible shit. And there would be 60 people watching. 60 people. 60.
Yeah.
You know who was speaking up?
Sticks.
Maybe 6. Tops. Fernando would speak up. I was there. Probably some other people, but I remember there were 60 people watching. You're telling me the 60 people watching, they're watching some fucking retarded guy spew the most negative, hateful shit about random people, and nobody cares. Dude, they only watch because they care about him and they care about the people he's talking about. So they watch and they don't say nothing?
Yeah.
Come on, give your head a shake, man.
How can you tell the difference between caring, not caring, fear, and then actually condoning? There are people who probably agree with them.
No, but in some of those cases, it's like watching a house burn down. It's like, it's awful, right? Like somebody's livelihood is getting burnt down, but it's like you can't stop looking, right? It's like this big fire. Like that's a lot of the cases. That's what's going on.
Well,
right?
you know what I would do if I saw a house fire? I'd see if I could run in and save somebody. Swear to God, swear my mother's life. I swear
I'm with you on that. I agree.
Talking about like a blaze.
No problem. If the firefighters can go in, why can't I?
Yeah, but you're using this. You're using this house fire analogy, but there's something you can do about a house fire. What the fuck are you gonna do about RXL saying RXL shit? You know, it's all about picking and choosing which battles you think that is worth investing in, because battles take resources, they take energy, they take effort, and you're hoping to win a battle, but you're not gonna get any results with arguing with somebody like RXL. You're not. So what's the point?
None.
Why?
Yeah.
You're asking why. I'm asking why too. Everything I do, and I can only speak for me personally. If I'm gonna try to argue with somebody, I'm gonna argue with somebody that I hope is open-minded enough to actually present an argument, receive information, receive criticism, and maybe we're gonna try to convince each other to change the other individual's minds. But when you're talking to a brick wall, you're just talking to a fucking brick wall, and nothing's gonna result out of that, except the fact that you're talking to a fucking brick wall.
And in most cases, like in my position is, why do I like? I'm not even talking about RXL or whatever or anything like that. In like any of the situations that go on stream, like why is it my business to say something? Like why do I have to put in my opinion? Like whatever, I have my opinions, but like I just don't share them. I don't know whether because I don't care or whatever the case is. Like I just don't share them, and that's it.
Yeah. There are a lot of people that feel that way. That you know. And I think a lot of people don't give a shit about what your opinion is, but you know, at the same time too.
I think I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Yeah.
No, I was going to say that I know Kevin, and I know he likes to get involved. He likes confrontation. He likes to get it up front, and he loves it when it's on streams. The issues I've talked to the people individually, the people that I have had issues with, that it doesn't have to be a show. But I do that. But I do agree with also Patrick picking your battles. And sometimes, man, people, like I said in another stream, I said, some people, they're born tall. Some people are born short, and some people have dog shit for brains, and there's nothing you can do about it. However, it doesn't mean that you should stay quiet if you feel like there's an injustice, but sometimes you're talking to the fucking wall, But you know, that's all I got to say about that. You know, but everybody has their way of dealing with this, you know, and whether they want to be involved or
let me
not.
ask you a question then. How come people are so afraid to mention names? Is it because they don't want, like, you know,
They don't want the smoke.
huh?
They don't want the smoke. Is that what you're going at?
Well, that's another thing too. They don't want the smoke. Like people's like, "Yo, we know what we're talking about." It's like, well, why don't you just fucking say the names? Only 40 of us. You know, there's only like 40, 50 of us in this whole thing. And they're like, well, the people on that side are like, well, he will not say his name. I don't want to say his name, but let me talk about him for 15 minutes. Like, that's like me when I'm going on a rant about using RXL as an example, saying, I don't want to say RXL's name. What the fuck are you talking about him, bro? Like, give the guy some credit, you know? People don't want to say the person's name. They want to talk all their shit on their own live stream. And then, but they don't want to come and say it to the person's face.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah. There's a lot of people that.
Yeah, I know. There's a difference there where it's just like, you know what? I'd have respect for somebody that calls me directly to talk to me, or I talk to them, then go on stream for 2 hours and talk about this hypothetical person, you know, and just be like, hey, I get you guys to know who I'm talking about, and spend all that time talking about this phantom, right? So, yeah.
Remington has no
I'm
problem naming
mansplaining, bro. I'm
names.
mansplaining you, bro.
I have no issue at all with it. No, I'm probably going to give my opinion, even though my opinion, a lot of people don't give a shit about it. They don't want to hear it. And they're like, keep your opinions to yourself. I mean, whatever. But once again,
I always like hearing.
It's an interactive reality TV show. Nothing wrong with saying something a little spicy. Hey, I feel this way. Let's.
But you know, Remington, there is something you brought up, like as far as EDJ, it's a lot of the stuff that's there that has to do with Ross. And I don't want to talk about Ross, but I'll talk about Ross for a second. That's lowbrow shit, at least for me. Like as far as like, you know, all the little like short comments or the bodybuilding comments, the vein
that's
comments.
The problem.
If it was one time, if it was one time, that's fine. A couple of times, fine. But now we're going on like 3 years of this shit. You know.
Okay. Look, if there are, you know, 150 critics out there of somebody like Ross, you're gonna have 50 knuckleheads that are gonna jump in and say a bunch of stupid shit, and they're gonna make fun of his ugly, gross, you know, finger or how short he is, and a bunch of stupid shit, right? But then there's the guys that are actually calling him out for, and they're showing it. They're giving, you know, here are the receipts. This is the way that he reacts to his subscribers. This is how he's condescending.
That's different.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
This is why he's all of a sudden a flaming narcissist.
Well, yeah.
Here's
Because now you're attacking the character in a way of like, look how he's reacting, right? Or if he's whatever, the shilling or promoting or the dishonesty, I get that. But the dude's working out, bro. Just let him work out.
Yeah, he's working out.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's working out those arms. He's working out those arms. Absolutely, he is. He's definitely got some good arms.
Before I forget, listen, man. While Remington was talking, I just reminded myself. I just had an epiphany that I have like once every 3 days. Shame on me for caring about any of this shit. Shame on me. I'm a fucking loser, bro. Yo,
told you.
God bless everybody. Everyone go to fucking hell. Tear each other apart. Be injustice galore. RXL, Ross Carlos, whatever the fuck. I don't give a shit. Shame on me.
I'll ask Kevin something here because I know he loves to get involved, and I like that he opens his mouth, and I like that he says what's on his mind. Do you think the few times that you went at RXL that made a bit of difference?
No.
Yeah, it made things worse when I went after him. Just it was an absolute Patrick was right. It's like talking to a brick wall. Fucking pointless. Absolutely pointless.
Does nothing except fuel it for later.
I think that I don't think it's totally in vain because there might be people that are listening to Kevin's point of view, you know. So I don't think it's completely in vain, but at the same time, the individual himself, I don't know if he's ever gonna change. That's the way he is.
The time when you have a mental pretzel delivery, you're not actually trying to like get that person. You're trying to win over the chat, right? So when you go at someone like RXL or Joey or Dan or whatever, like, see, when Dan and John were arguing, they weren't actually trying to beat each other. The goal should have been to get people in the chat to agree with you, because that's the way you beat someone. When you're reading the comments and everyone's against you, that's when you lose your power, right? So there's a whole method to this fucking stream game, man. If you really
Yeah.
want to be
There is a lot of truth to that.
But it doesn't count
Definitely
though.
a lot of
what?
there.
But when you go into somebody else's stream, that's their chat, right? So there's the people that are watching it. It's the bias is automatically to the person that's streaming. So it's not even the same, because then you can switch the streams to the other person, and you're gonna get different reactions. So I mean, like literally, for me, in my opinion, it's all useless.
Yeah, that last thing you said, that's for sure. But that's why I've been saying this for like a fucking year now. There should be a channel.
A fucking year.
where all the debates, they all culminate onto one channel, where it's like, okay, we're gonna go on to fucking stream
Neutral ground.
And we're gonna have a debate. There's gonna be a referee, like a guy who's a good moderator, a good mediator, not a mediator, moderator with a referee, and we're gonna have judges. We're gonna have like a panel of judges.
That's a good idea.
Scoring card, and then the chat will also determine. We'll put up a poll who won, right? And then they shake hands at the end, and that's the beef is settled.
No, the loser
no.
is banished.
No. Then they have a couple rounds in the ring, and they fight for real.
Right, but
that's what I want. That's what I want. A fragrance fight night. Like I want a real pay-per-view fragrance. We can stream it. Why can't we set this up?
The only way to get that done it would be that you would have to like create a channel. I don't know, Fracom Village. I don't know, whatever. And then, but each person that has a channel has to tell his followers to go watch that. So when there is like a showdown, right, everybody from each channel's subscribers are there.
I like it. Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, okay. Me and Smelly have an altercation, right? And so we both have to announce, okay, we're gonna have a stream over here, and we're gonna settle it, right? So there's no biases involved.
Yeah. Each side brings 2 or 3 backups that can also interject at different points, so that there's a little variation in it.
Each one can pick a moderator. Each side can pick one moderator, right?
The partner in.
Yeah, but I'll make the channel so I can monetize it and make all the money. All right, we'll do that.
Perfect. Like, I had maybe 2 or 3 big fights on my channel, and as soon as it starts, I'm like totally aware of what's happening. So I'm like, all right, this is a beef. Doesn't matter if I like this guy more or that guy more. Like, I have to be fair. And like when I see double teaming, I'm like, yo, you can't double team, because I've been there, man. I've been in the position where I've been frustrated because it's not a fair fight. And like one big part of it is your mic. Like if you have a really good mic, like you automatically pretty much win the whole thing, right?
Yeah, you could be saying the dumbest shit, and it's just like, as long as you're coming clear, you're good, man. Like I've heard some really nice, clear, dumb shit.
Yeah.
Well, in the end, outside of this hypothetical true fragrance fight night channel, I think for certain people, the best way to deal with it is really to ignore them, to not be on their channel, to never comment about them, to if everybody just fucking ignored them, then they have no space to talk their shit anymore. So
yeah, it's called cutting off their narcissistic supply.
Yeah. And a lot of us still watch the shit we hate just to know what's going on. But if we all stopped watching the shit we hate, when they see that their view numbers are not 40, 50, 60, when their view numbers are 9, it might make a difference, you know?
Go back. I mean, at this point,
it's not going to happen. You know why it's not going to happen? Because of ego. Because of ego and narcissism. You know, people all want the people who are out there all the time. They want that type of attention. You're talking about avoidance. You know, as far as like, you know, it just ignore them or whatever. But who was trying to give? You know, we were talking about RXL before, right? So RXL, if people just never paid him any attention, would he have gone away? Maybe. But guess who brought him out into, the limelight? I don't want to use limelight last, whatever. Who brought him out into the forefront? And there were some people telling him, don't do it. It was Dan. People were like, Dan, don't give him that type of attention.
Right.
But Dan did it. Why did Dan do it? Did Dan do it because of his to receive attention for himself, talking about controversial topics? What? Why did he do that?
Dan would never do that.
Can't resist. He just can't resist.
They're gonna fucking do it anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, the main storyline that I'm following, the main plot I'm following in this Fragcom series drama that we're all part of, I just really want to see how Limelight Lass and Mr. Clean end up. Because I'm rooting for them. I'm telling you. I mean, I really want to see.
Me too.
Two love.
Stop it.
I mean, two.
Me too. Congratulations,
Mr. Clean.
Kevin. At the end of the road, it's a big love story, right?
I really hope so. This is like a big black tragic romantic comedy. Like we see.
I'm just glad that I'm here. I'm here to witness this. I'm glad that I'm here to witness the inception of this relationship.
Yeah, me too. It's a privilege.
Yeah.
The birth. Thank you. Yeah, the birth.
Like I said the first time you did this, there are people who will believe it, and that annoys me. You know who's would actually believe that the most? And not that I even give a shit now, but Margie would actually believe that. So.
Well,
I don't think
let her
Margie
believe
would.
that.
I don't think she would.
Let her believe it. Yeah. Oh man, you guys crack me up.
You should let her believe it. She'll want you more.
That's what I'm saying.
The forbidden fruit.
Forbidden fruit.
Yeah. It is hot today. I love it.
We talk
It
about
is
cigars
blazing hot.
Oh yeah, cigars. How about
It's
those
Reaper
cigars?
Yeah, that's right. How about those cigars? Scott,
I just realized I haven't smoked a cigar or smoked anything in so long. I gotta put that thing down and take it easy.
I was gonna say,
You
how was
lightheaded?
that Reaper cigar treating you? Pretty strong.
It's fine. I don't feel weird or gross or anything, but
Oh, of course.
maybe
Right.
it's not caught up with me. I think I've been smoking it correctly, so I'm not,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
Only
I'm
smoke like
fine,
half
but-
of that. Yeah, it's a hog leg. Right.
Yeah. I'm down to about that. I think I'm gonna put it down for now and stop.
Yeah, if you're not careful, that'll lower your blood sugar like really quick. That's why they say to have like some sweets, something to snack
Oh,
on.
really? I didn't realize that could.
What you
lower
got,
blood
Aaron?
sugar.
Yeah.
You'll feel it when
you
you stand
got?
up.
So what you got, Aaron?
It's
Camera.
it's quorum. It's like the bottom shelf of hand rolled cigars, right?
That's right. That's right.
It won't focus. There it goes. Quorum. Yes.
Quorum.
My beloved Quorum.
Damn.
Vintage version only. Yes.
Yeah,
That was
you
the
know,
cheapest
say that,
vintage
Aaron,
I
I'm
ever got.
not bad-mouthing
Are you
that
wearing
cigar.
quorum? Are you wearing?
I wear Quorum in the winter.
Oh, what I was saying, Aaron, is like when I call it the bottom shelf of the hand-rolled cigar, I'm not bad-mouthing it. Like it's just, yeah.
It's fine if you do.
Hey.
I know you don't think that. Like when just for anybody who's interested in cigars, that's a good cigar, like to have on hand, like for a daily smoke. If you're not really
Yeah,
trying
daily
to
smoke.
Oh yeah.
you just want to
Look at
focus on the experience. You just want to smoke something, or you want to hand it out with your buddies. If it comes in a big pack like
Sophie,
that, it's handmade.
Teddy, please
Handmade.
stop.
Money, you're the Ramsey of cigars. You're the gatekeeper.
Oh, dude, Ramsey. Oh my God. Ramsey.
Ramsey.
We're gonna talk about Ramsey now?
Let's go into Ramsey. Let's
Yo.
talk some
Oops.
Ramsey. Oh yeah.
Oh,
The
hey,
gatekeeper. Is he the gatekeeper?
hey, everyone.
That's what boss says.
The Ram here.
Oh, I get so tense the moment I see that. I'm like,
Here's the thing about Ramsey. You have to respect the fact that nothing is being shilled. You are getting the purest opinions. He is one of the experts. He knows it all. But the one underlying issue that I have, and to be frank with you guys, it's been pointed out on Oda Jerks. Does he have an addiction? the halls, the constant new halls. You're never going to touch those fragrances. And then you fall in love and you say, oh, I love this so much. I highly recommend it. And then you get a haul of 10 new fragrances. And every single time you do that, you are touching that fragrance that you said you loved less and less. And so at what point does your collection just start, and then we've heard this before, your collection starts to own you, right? And so that's the one thing about Ramsey, and people, the only knock on him is he's a little long-winded, but my problem is it's just that constant buying, that dopamine hit that you're chasing, that new fragrance. Oh, I got to smell this, I got to have that. And then all of a sudden you've got this fragrance collection that's, absolutely obnoxious, and you'll never even come close to touching all of them.
I'd like to say a few words about your arrest record.
I'm gonna go.
What the hell?
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that up, B.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Man, you want some too? You better wrap it up. You better wrap that gavel up, B.
All right, I'm sorry.
Because the thing is, you said he's long-winded and stuff, and we've been having some
right,
long-winded things or whatever.
No, yesterday. Ramsey's an all right guy, but I don't know. The halls, the fragrance addiction. I don't ever want to be in that scenario. I don't ever want to. Yeah, I don't ever want to look at my fragrance collection and go, "What the fuck did I just spend all this money on?"
We were, Rem, we were talking about that earlier. Me and AM were talking about that, and it's just like, when does it stop? Like, will it ever stop? You have to come to a terms where it's just like, listen, all these things are going to outlast my lifetime. Is it now something of an investment? Probably not. Is it something I'm going to be handing to my kids? Who knows if they're even going to like fragrances the way I do? So it becomes like, I think that for me, it's like I have enough. I don't like, very rarely would I buy now like I did a couple years ago. No more for me. I'm good. But
one thing I'll say before I go, I completely understand the whole thing of it's an addiction and stuff like that, but like that's a case where it's like and I wouldn't be in the position to like say it, right? Especially with somebody that has like a decent sized collection as well. But I've definitely gone away from all of that. Like, I'm very selective with everything now, especially nowadays with the way like $450 for a bottle. Like, I'm just not gonna do that anymore. Like, it's just forget about it. And it definitely gets out of control, and I can see why. But at the end of the day, like, the guy just loves fragrances and he talks about them, and that's what his channel is about, and that's it, right? And so, I don't know how many views he gets or anything like that, but like he's getting up there decently with subs, right? And like you can do something with that, even if it's not necessarily with having to show. Like there's other ways that you can make money off of it, regardless.
Hey, Rudy, would you say there's a red line that you cross from hobby to addiction, or is it pretty blurred?
I mean, like if you're talking about like Ashton, right? Like the guy has almost 300,000 subs talking about fragrances. And so like when he does a video, I don't know, if he buys a fragrance for $100 and he gets 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks back from making that video, it's like, and then you can technically sell that fragrance for, I don't know, half of that as well. Like it's kind of worth it to him, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you're just doing it, then yeah, it's definitely an addiction. Because in my opinion, I don't think there's anything wrong with a sample. Just don't say it's a review. Like I personally just say like first impression, early impression, talk about it a couple of times, and that's it. Like you don't need the bottle. Like the fear of missing out, like that's the thing that you really have to control. Because I've learned that there's fragrances that I've really, really wanted in the past. And then once I got that sample and I got that hit, you can say, of that fragrance, and you're just like, it's nice. I have something kind of in the realm of it. Do I need to spend 300, 400 on this? No. And I'm basically getting the same effect by talking about it in a video with the sample. So it's like, it's just not worth it, in my opinion, at the end of the day.
And on top of Rudy's comment, as far as like if it's worth it or not, it's even worse when it's vintage and they'll never do it again. It kind of is it like a bragging right now that you have it, or is it because is it that fucking good, And So there are times where it's like, okay, well, I know they'll never have it again, so I got to spend this much money. And then when you get it, it's like, is it that much?
So
is it worth it? I mean, shit. Even Dan was talking about that with the latest fragrance he just got. That one's a very rare fragrance. He got the aftershave for it. Yeah, that one it's been very
so this is the way I see. So this is the case with many hobbies, watches, sneakers, whatever the case is that you're talking about on YouTube. You're buying clout. That's what you're doing. So like for Eugene, right? It's like the people that watch are like, okay, he's got all the Chanels, he's got all the malls, right? So you're buying clout is what you're doing pretty much, right?
Yeah.
The people that are watching are like, oh, okay, like he has everything, like he knows what's going on, he's in the
Rich
in, right?
bitch,
It's like it's kind of like you're buying your way into a certain crowd, right? Like I can get into a certain crowd, like I can get into the watch community if I had 20 Rolexes, right? Or APs or whatever. Like you just need to have it. It's a way of buying your way in. What am I hearing?
Nothing.
Yeah, I hear something in the background.
Just a little bit background. Background music.
I was talking to Aram. Like I was looking at my collection. I don't think I've used actually more than 10 milliliters of any of my bottles this past year. I'm like, maybe that might be an addiction. I don't know.
Yeah. When was the last time any of you guys finished an actual bottle itself? You know.
Exactly.
I'm coming close to finishing a bottle, but I'm forcing it. Like it's
last
like
time I finished,
just like,
which one?
My bad. Go on, clean. I'll finish that.
I was just gonna say, last time I finished a bottle was before I started all of this. It was the signature scent I always wore, but then as I started buying more, I've not in 3.5 years. I've not finished a single bottle. So.
Yeah, and the one that I have is it's a Xenia fragrance, Bergamoto to something. It was like $20. It's a 50 ml, and it's just like a fresh bergamot fragrance that I just spray on heavily when I go to the gym. But that's like I'm forcing myself to do it because I just want to like fucking finish something. And I love how That's Okay is in the background.
That's okay.
The chat. Someone mentioned putting it as a background because they give you these the stock sounds or whatever. So I thought maybe putting something a little bit different.
Oh yeah, that's the YouTube sounds that they give you already.
Well, no, the ones they give us are pretty much the same 8, I think, that are here. So you can add whatever song you want. So
the StreamYard list that they have.
I'm out for the count. It's been an absolute pleasure, Aaron. Thank you for having me.
Rudy, thank you for hopping on, bro. Really appreciate it.
Always great
to see everyone.
Always
take care. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, guys. Bye.
Take care, man. Yeah, I'm gonna probably finish the cigar and then I think I'll kill the stream afterwards.
About down here. Yep.
Look what Anuj said.
Yeah, Anuj fully supports the fragrance addiction.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
As he should.
Yeah, but did you see what Eric wrote here? He said, I just threw away 600 bottles collection and stocked up on Killian's by Killian Moonlight and Heaven. How do you pronounce that? Whatever that is. So, I mean, shit. That I find that a lot of people do that. I did that a lot. I started like selling a lot of my fragrances and just started getting the ones that I really love instead of getting rid of the ones I like. So.
Yeah, I this year, say the last 3 months specifically, I find myself reaching for the same 5 fragrances, and I look at everything else like it's sometimes really hard for me now to go on a fragrance themed stream and talk fragrance without just talking about the same few things I want to talk about, because there's only a few things I've been really loving that I actually care about now. So,
well, that's why your stream had a couple of topics that were, it's going to be more broader than just fragrances, right? So, and I think Joe Down's doing the same thing, and I think that's a smart move, So
yeah. And I was saying last night, I think I said it on stream. If not, I know I talked about it backstage. That because we come from the fragrance community. Now, Joe is doing a really good job of like, yeah, it's fragrance community, but I don't care if we don't speak about fragrances at all. It's all good, and I think that totally works. But I sort of feel like I want to talk about a lot of other stuff, and that I think non-fragrance will probably be the majority of the talk that happens in my place. But I do feel like there should be a fragrance, little glue, little moments that kind of hold it together, because this is the community it's from. And so I'm just trying to think of ways where it can be part of it without doing like, hey, let's talk about our top 5 favorite patchouli fragrances or whatever. And that's why last night I wanted to play the game that I created, the overspray. If you say it, you spray it, and do it like a drinking game, and just use perfume to hold it together. And instead of taking shots, we have to see who gets oversprayed the most at the end of the night with already a beastly frag based on the secret words that they say. So, so I'm going to try to incorporate more things like that, where fragrance is there, but we're not necessarily highlighting a note or a house all the time,
Yeah. And Joe, Joe's definitely, I think and it's great that he's sticking to topics and stuff, every now and then he'll have a wild man go in there and, stir things up like Remington, but hey, you live and learn, No, but I think he's doing a great job, I think he's going to stick with StreamYard, I think last. So,
that's what it sounds like.
Setup, but the game stuff is good. I think running polls is also good to get the chat involved.
Yeah, I'll do that. I didn't realize. I thought the polls were supposed to show up on my StreamYard. I didn't realize I have to go to the YouTube browser to run the polls. So now that I know that, I will run some polls.
And Clean, do you have a schedule, like when you're going to doing your live streams?
Saturday nights.
Okay.
So the last two, last week it was 8:00 Eastern. Last night it was 7:30 Eastern. So I'm going to try to stick in that 7:30 to 8:00 range on Saturday nights, and then it'll depend on Smelly if he's running a stream, and if it goes to 8:15 or 8:20 or something, I'll start mine at 8:30. So if he's not running a stream, it'll be 7:30 or 8.
So you're not going to be joining Smelly on Friday night streams anymore?
No, I'll pop in occasionally. I popped in not this past Friday, a couple days ago, because I was out at the Barbie movie, but I did pop in the Friday before, and I popped in one other Friday in the last few weeks. So, but I probably won't, because Morlaco and Amanda are basically, the co-hosts that night. I won't come on from the start like I would on Saturday nights, but I'll pop in at some point occasionally. Sure. And if he runs a Saturday night one, and even if I'm going to stream after, I might pop in his partway through and then just feed over to mine, provided I'm ready. So we'll see.
Nice.
I like it. We need new streams, and I think it's a great addition.
Yeah, well, and then a lot of people, because of Smelly's, really got into Saturday nights, and not everybody can do Saturday nights, but there was a lot of people that really got in the rhythm of expecting a Saturday night stream, and so Margie and I were streaming Saturday nights when Smelly wasn't. So that's why I figured I would just pick up and stay on Saturdays.
It's a good call. It's a good call.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
AM, have you subbed and clicked the notifications so you get?
I have.
mine?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I was at a birthday party last night and I got the notification. So yeah, I'm subbed.
Stream
I
needs a little
did
female
message
touch. Huh?
Limelight.
Stream needs some cleavage.
Amanda's. I mean, she's putting the work in on the streams. I mean, she really is. Yeah. So, and she's a great addition.
Yeah, and she subbed, so she should have gotten the notification.
Yeah, and I sent her an Instagram message like when I got on here,
Okay.
and I haven't heard. So she has a birthday party today, but she did say last night she might have some time to slide away and jump on. So she must be in the middle of it.
Yeah, she seems pretty knowledgeable too. She has a pretty good collection.
She does.
Absolutely. Yep.
True. Yeah, and it looks like she's like just kind of like getting into the whole like streaming and fragrance stuff, right? Like it's all this stuff is very new. So, but she is monetized already. I mean, I think she's talking about doing a stream herself. So
yeah,
she could. She absolutely could.
Yeah, money. We know you like her. Hey,
so
what's up,
here's the thing I think about though often. There are a lot of people I would like to see on streams, and I've reached out to quite a number of people we don't see regularly or ever at all. And apparently there's a reason we don't see them. They just don't want to come on streams as a guest, but they're happy to be in the chat. And my fear is that those of us who are on streams 3 days a week, now I'm on mine, I'm on DDLDs, I'll pop on Smellies, Amanda's on all of them. Like, at what point are we oversaturated and we need some new faces, so.
Yeah. I don't know, let the market dictate. People who want to go. More choice is always good, I think.
I mean, people need to also be, they need to have an assurance that they're not going to get doxxed if they say something that's a little bit, spicy. So I think that some people are a little scared to show their face and say what they actually think, and fear, like going back to what Money said, and fear that, I don't know. It's one of those, it's tough because you want more faces, you want people to join, but I think a lot of people, they're like, I don't want anything to do with the drama and getting involved, and they don't want to be a part of that interactive reality TV show.
It's
you brought
very
up
true.
a good point. Yeah, you brought a good point. I wish Kevin was here for that, because that's something we didn't bring up, is that the reaction to something is not to dox them, which has happened a few times already. So
yeah.
So it happened the other day with me. I basically commented on somebody's on Facebook on a page, not about Fragcom, it was something else, and it was just it was I forgot what my comment was, but basically he goes, "Oh, thank you very much, Aram from Miami." I'm like, is that supposed to? This is what it was. He was having a shipping problem, right? And the page isn't about shipping; it's about cameras and it's about gear. And I said, I go, listen, just go ahead and DM the actual brand. We don't need to know about your shipping situation. This is about gear. And then he goes, thank you very much. And he said, Aaron, Miami. And it was like, and I said, well, maybe you wouldn't have an issue if you would be living in Miami. I said, that was my comeback there, because it was like, why is it that, is it supposed to, like, am I supposed to be afraid of that? Or is it, but that's their next thing. It's just like, oh, now I know your name and where you're from, or whatever, So,
yeah.
I have to say, I'm always a little tense with motivation behind people using first names on streams in the chat. Even like I would say most people in the community probably know my first name, but I would rather just be known as Mr. Clean. And when people have always known me as Mr. Clean and have never talked to me personally, and then suddenly, and I haven't even seen them chat much or even at all, and they're in the chat and they say, "Hey, Scott, blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, what's your motivation for using my first name?
Yep.
What's the point in that?
I say the same thing.
No, I am known here as Mr. Clean. Call me fucking Mr. Clean. There's no reason to use my goddamn first name,
Yep.
Yeah. There was a comment. It was one of the posts that just jacked me off posted, and I was accused of being him, or it could her. Who knows if it could be her? And then and I believe somebody wrote there, hi Aram, my last name, and then but they misspelled my last name, you know. So but it's just very interesting, you know, like it was kind of like, okay, well, I think I know what you're trying to do, you know. So but it's
on the jerks or on the stream.
What?
On the jerks or on the stream?
No, on the jerks.
Oh, okay.
But
wow.
Yeah, that is straight out somebody trying to quasi dox you, right? But
it was RXL. But
it was.
Oh, he's the
but
number one culprit. Yeah.
But it's two Z's, not one Z. You know. Velasquez, two Z's.
You get accused. We were talking about this the other night. You get accused on jerks as being any number of the people who post, like George jacked me off. You've been accused of sweet milk. You've been accused of so many. I get accused, and I've seen it for several months in the comments as being different commenters, not necessarily as posters. If I've ever been accused of posting, I don't recall it. I've never posted on jerks, and I quit commenting on jerks many months ago. Yet every time there's a post that has anything to do with me or Margie, or even stuff from a few months back with other related things, somebody will comment, and either because it might be taking a different opinion or something on something I was involved in, they'll automatically say, yeah, Mr. Clean, sure. I mean, I've been accused of probably being like 12 or 15 different people on jerks in the comments. And on the posts from the last few days, I've been accused of being like 4 different people, apparently. So this is how it goes. People just assume we're all eating some double life.
It's a bunch of assumptions and
so it doesn't just happen here. It also happens in that community as well. The Oda Jerks, you know, members or whatever, they do the same over there. So it's just human nature, I think. Whatever.
People are really so short-sighted on this, and yeah, Aram, we've talked about it before in DDLD. We've talked about it, how everybody assumes everyone commenting and posting have to be people we know. No, yeah, there's 5,000 members over there. Sometimes they might be somebody we know from the chat with a different name. That could very well be. But why is it everybody has to assume all the time that all the heavy stuff are one of the dozen of us that they see on camera more frequently? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Just freaking ridiculous.
It's stupid. It's that's what they want to believe. They want to believe that everybody that's in Oda Jerks, they have 15 screen names. They're the ones commenting. It's absolute ridiculousness. There's 5,000 members there, and a shit ton of those people, they want nothing to do with showing their face. They just have an opinion. So yeah, it's a constant witch hunt, and it's immature, to be frank. I mean, I don't post anything on Oda Jerks. I never have. I've only commented on a couple of things, but yeah, I've been accused of being, all sorts of different people in Oda Jerks, and I think that's I think it's kind of funny. I'm like, yeah, oh yeah, okay, yeah, you think that, right? But hey, to each their own. Whatever. I mean, there's a segment of Fragcom that really likes to act like they don't care about anything at all, and they don't care, but they're watching. And they're commenting, and they're always talking about it, and then they make accusations and assumptions, and then they block those people who could actually come on and say, hey, no, you're fucking wrong about that, absolutely unequivocally wrong. But you wouldn't even be able to have that conversation, because all those people they're accusing of, they're all blocked, and they're not even allowed to have their opinion be. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I agree.
Sorry, go ahead, Ian.
Well, I saw Mr. Clean talk about this the other day. If you look at the jerks, the posts, some of them are kind of toxic, but most of them are kind of silly, just funny. What's bad are the people who comment, who don't know the people in the video and just assume the worst. The comments are worse than the actual posts.
Yeah, that's true.
That had been my biggest complaint. I brought that up on a number of streams. It's like, okay, I mean, when all the shit I went through, in the last several weeks, the number of times there'll always be a few people in the comments who are like, who the fuck are even these people? He just looks like a fucking asshole anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just like, why are you even fucking commenting?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, your opinion doesn't fucking count
Oh man.
if you don't know who we are.
It was
No, but
funny.
I'll see a picture like. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You'll see a picture. What? Yours is better than mine. Go ahead.
I'll see a picture of Ross with the fleshlight, and then I was okay. That's stupid. And then I click on the comment. People are like, "Hey, fuck you, Ross!" Like this shit.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of knuckleheads in there. There's no doubt about it. Yep. Yeah.
So go ahead, Eric. I mean,
No, just it's really something because you'll never know who these guys are. You have to kind of laugh it off. I mean, at least I do. I mean, I've had posts about me, you know, a couple of years ago, and it's just like, okay, well, you know, it is what it is. You know, I mean, and it's funny because I'm not a reviewer, so it was weird for having me on. But anyway, I guess you make it when you make it in Oda Jerks, right? That's what they say. But even if somewhere it's like getting accused and everything like that, it's just kind of like if you're accused for it, like what are you gonna do about it? Nothing really, right? Like
Exactly.
You're gonna accuse me, and it's gonna be like, okay, I'm these people, and then get ready for the next post. Enjoy. Don't forget to like, share. I mean, like it's like there's really like I'm just saying that a lot of these people, even if you found out who they were, they're not gonna stop anyway. You know, they're just gonna get another burner and do another fucking thing. You know, it's just it's just the way it is. You know,
I'm losing power and have to plug in now. I'll be right back.
You got it. You see, because let's just say for Sweet Milk, right? I don't know who the fuck that guy is, but you know what? Even if we found out who that guy was, it's gonna get another burner and do something else. You know, like
yeah, he'll just create another name. Yeah, exactly.
Sour milk.
Yep.
Sour milk. Yeah, sour milk. Exactly. Well,
Anuj is asking the difference between Oda Jerks and Fragrance Jerks. Go ahead, Aaron.
You know, Fragrance Jerks was the I guess the predecessor, right? The before.
Yeah.
Before Oda Jerks, and that was it. They closed it down, and I don't know what happened, why it was closed down, but it was closed down, and then Oda Jerks was made after. So
yeah.
Did a lot of people transfer over to the Oda Jerks?
I don't know. I think Jack Me Off was always there. I think that's the only one. That's the only one that was the main one. I think there were some other ones, but I don't remember their names. But like I said, they could, you know, the 5,000 people that are there. I mean, half of them are probably burners anyway. You know, multiple burners. You know, so
for sure. Yeah,
5,000 is very, very.
Yeah, there's probably only maybe 1,000 or 2,000 that are actually free. Yeah, it's true. No, you're right. That is. Yeah, I would agree with that. Yep.
So.
And then there are some people that are taking time to record streams and pull clips and everything like that. And I mean, that is a little weird. And I don't know why you're spending all that time doing that. I have no idea. But, you know, I like going to the Oda Jerks and scrolling through. Some of it's stupid. Some of it's not. I usually get a chuckle. I think it's an accountability forum. They're usually attacking the breadstick in a jean jacket. What is he, Chaos or whatever? And then they attack Ross a lot, but you have to understand that the attacks on Ross, it's constantly being fueled by Ross reacting to them. If he just stopped reacting and stopped giving a shit, right? But clearly he does give a shit, and then that fuels it, and then he's going to get more shit. So, you know, you've got a target on your back, and you're the only one that's accountable. You're the one that's doing all this stuff. You're putting all this shit out there, and people are going to say something about it, and then you react to it. So you reap what you sow. And so, you know, I think that the Oda Jerks, for the most part, being the accountability forum in Fragcom, I think it's good. I think it's good, and I think that it's not a bunch of hate speech and a bunch of haters. That's not what it is at all. Most of it's just attacking dishonest selling and attacking people's character, because they're like, hey, you're a fraud. This is not real. And I think that all of that is welcome, and you have a choice. You can go there and check it out, or you can just completely ignore it.
Yeah,
that's
well said.
Yeah, I mean, that's all there, but there is then the true just hate, really nasty, horrible
For sure.
shit.
You're gonna have that. Yeah, exactly.
And I have to say, what they did to Margie in the last few days was extremely hateful and wrong, and built on a
really?
lot of assumptions.
Oh yeah, I saw
and
that.
just
That was
horrible.
messed up.
What'd they do?
Horrible.
I didn't see. I really.
Well, without talking about it here, anybody can go look at it. So,
Okay, all right, I'll look. I haven't seen it yet.
Let me just say, the attacks are only attacks the way men would do to women.
Yeah, right.
You know.
Yeah.
And
that makes sense.
and I have to say, it's all completely
like that incel mentality thing. Is that a bunch of dudes that hate women because they've been screwed by women in their lives?
It's very woman hater-ish on her, and uses a lot of assumptions that they just want to believe is real to then propagate a very woman hate sort of mentality. It's horrible. It's really shitty. And I do really honestly feel horrible for her that some of that stuff was being done and said, because it isn't just an opinion on a post or something, or an opinion on something that she said and was clipped. It goes way beyond into just really being shitty, really horrible. So
shit.
And in the way that shouldn't happen to anybody,
Yeah, I think they went too far on one of the posts I saw.
Yeah, I agree.
I didn't see it. I'll check it out.
Yeah, check it out.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Oh, Pumpkin. Who's that?
Frisky. A little mini
Frisky.
schnauzer.
Cute.
Ron, these little dogs think they're bigger than they are, so that he's always trying to chase deer or mess with other big dogs. You get in trouble with that.
All right,
So
guys. Well,
Muss is asking, is all publicity good publicity? I do think 90% of it is. I mean, certainly any of us who've had bad publicity over there, it's actually ended up creating more people who start to look and people. I think I've encountered half of my subscribers now on my new channel, I think, came from Oda Jerks. But the thing is, they get there now to my new what I'm doing, and they're like, well, where's the drama? Where's the crying? Where's the yelling? So I think people are finding that just because it got clipped and talked about doesn't mean that's what it is all the time, and like, oh, like he's not so crazy after all. That can happen, and so in that realm it can be good publicity. But I do think, like, what they did to Margie this week, I don't think that's good. I don't see how there's anything good that comes from that.
Just checked, and I don't even see it. Are you sure it wasn't taken down?
I was there yesterday. After this, I can double check and link you.
Interesting. Okay. Well, no, it's.
Yeah, we'll check it later. But I'm gonna kill the stream now. Thanks, everybody. Is there anything else you guys want to bring up before we kill the stream?
No, I'd say thank you for bringing me into your cigar Illuminati. This was unexpected.
The puppet master.
Oh, that's
think
right.
I was going to light up a cigar.
No, I didn't expect you to hop on, and everybody that I asked hopped on, so it was great, And I'd like to keep doing this every so often. It doesn't have to be every Sunday, but every so often, if we're in the mood. I forgot. I think AM told me, he was like, hey, let's do a cigar stream, and I said, yeah, let's do it. So I think a couple weeks ago. So it'll be good to do this every now and then.
Yeah, a little Sunday afternoon hangout. It's kind of nice.
Yeah. It starts with cigars and it ends with Oda Jerks. That's how it ends.
Yeah, right.
That's how we do.
Perfect stream.
All right, I'm going to end the stream now. And all right, guys, if you want to just
All right.
chill backstage for a bit.
All right, cool.
All right, thanks, guys.